from the Ada Cougar Activity Center in Ada, Oklahoma for Friday Night Basketball. Brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony. Tonight, the Millwood Falcons are on the road taking on the Ada Cougars. Welcome to Falcon Pregame. I'm Maurice Prince, joined on the court side by the student himself, Mr. Jamin Dawson. How you doing, Jamin?
Pretty good, Mo. Blessed to be here. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here. It's Friday Night Hoops. Glad to bring you the action. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight on PPBC TV. The Lady Falcons, as we get you prepared tonight, are on an impressive winning streak right now. They've won 3 straight contests since completing the John Noble tournament. And let me tell you, the team over the course of the year has averaged about 48 points per game, giving about 50 overall. It's a -2 ratio when you start looking at the points per game odds. But during this winning streak, the Lady Falcons have averaged 56 points per game and holding their opponents to 46. They're not only playing better, they're playing smarter, and it's showing in so many categories. Key wins ever since the Dale game, that beating number 1 2A, Class 2A number 1 Dale. They went ahead and beat Cassia Hall in convincing fashion. Then they played a very talented Heritage Hall team on Tuesday night, and once again the Lady Falcons were pressed, and they had to execute down the stretch to win that game. Coach David Albert was very impressed in that contest itself overall. And Jamin, coming in tonight, this Falcon team is going to be playing a talented Ada squad, to say the least. But when they come into tonight, they're coming in with a lot of confidence.
Right. I mean, as you should, with a win against Dale, the number 1 team in 2A. I mean, you want to keep carrying that momentum into the season. And the John Noble tournament, we talk about it all the time. I mean, playing the tougher competition, it prepares you for this. And they came out of that tournament looking pretty clean, playing better ball, and haven't lost the game yet.
Now, I got to put a highlight. If you didn't miss the last broadcast, you need to go back and watch it, as Brandy Harrod was able to eclipse 1,000 points in her career. Congratulations to her and her family. And tonight, the legacy is going to continue to add on, and she's going to put some more points on the board tonight. So as we get ready and get you set for tonight's game, it's time for Players to Watch, brought to you by Super Prep. Super Prep, the premier sports outlet featuring the very best in high school and college student athletes across the city, state, and nation. Super Prep can be found on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and also at Super Prep OK on all social media platforms. Who are you interested to watch tonight from the Falcons?
I'm looking at all the starting 5 here, Mo. I mean, you're looking at Anae Atchison and Raquel Hunt doing a great job defensively. They might not show up on the scoreboard as much, but their impact is definitely felt. And it's Brandy Harrod and Reagan Carey catching their stride. Reagan Carey especially scoring offensively. We get her going in the beginning, that ends up leading to a win.
Now, as we start getting ready for starting lineups, we'll get to that in just a second, but let's go ahead and thank all our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. So let's talk about Christy Jennings' Ada Cougar squad. They are 8-11 on the year, averaging about 42 points per contest, giving up about 44. Sounds familiar? They're about a -1 ratio on their point differential. In their last 10 games, they are 3-7. They're currently on a 5-game losing streak, but it's worth noting that they lost to Hera, that they played last week, earlier this week, just by 3 points. So to me, the margin of error for this team, they have not mastered how to finish games. The way that looks, they can beat anybody at any given time. They're capable of putting up points. They don't get blown out a lot. They're a disciplined team, and they've got a different style of skill set. They can shoot the long ball, and they can also press. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see what the Lady Cougars bring to the table. But Coach Christy Jennings has a squad right now that wants to rebound and turn it around, similarly like Millwood did. I'm saying it's kind of similar in terms of setup tonight.
Right. I mean, pretty even matchup here. And for the Ada Cougars, we're playing on their home court, and this is a hungry team. As you mentioned, they lost by 3 points. So this is a team that's coming really close to a win and could put it together tonight.
Now, with that being said, you're talking about teams getting closer and closer to the playoffs. This is basically the week before the last week, because next week is the last week of the regular season for many schools as we start gearing up for postseason play. So you want to shake that dust off if you're Ada tonight. And again, against a Falcon team that's playing well, you want to go ahead and really come after them tonight if you really can, and that's what Ada would like to do. However, if you're the Falcons tonight, to me, there's got to be some keys to the game. So what is those keys to the Falcons getting a win tonight?
I mean, you have to bring the energy defensively. I feel like personally this team is going to go as far as their defense wants to go. I mean, they've made some improvements vastly.
David Albert would love you saying that, by the way. I'm just telling you that now. Go ahead.
But, I mean, absolutely believe it, Mo. I mean, that's what it's going to take defensively and self-inflicted wounds. I mean, this team has really been hurt by things that they can truly control. I mean, it's not a very deep lineup, so you have to be aware of foul trouble. As you know, you have that 5-foul threshold, and those can pick up pretty quick.
Absolutely. I also think tonight that they're going to have to limit, because you gave the two, I'll get the third one. They have to limit Ada's runs. Ada is capable of coming at you and putting points up in bunches. If you're the Falcons tonight, I think the goal truly is limit that. You know, get back on defense. Don't foul to stop the runs. But if you get back on defense, then you can execute down the stretch. Now, what I loved about the Dale game and about the Heritage Hall game is this team was pressed. They had to hit free throws, had to make good passes, had to understand where they were on the floor. Those things are what playoff teams do that when they get to the big house have a chance of that gold ball. This team is rounding into that form. They win this game against Ada tonight. I'm saying this team is showing signs of possibly being able to make a very deep run. I know they're playoff bound, so that's not the point. The point is how far can they go? And this is still a young squad. You're still starting freshman Raquel Hunt. You're starting Reagan Carey in that starting lineup, and they're growing up fast. Now, what's really going to help that lineup is the return of Imani Atchison. We saw her return back on Tuesday against Heritage Hall, and she knocked down some big free throws, came in and got a big basket for the team when they needed it. So to me, I think what you said about getting this team developed a little bit further in the lineup, try to get 6, 7 deep. If you can get to that 7, maybe 8 deep, then your roster is pretty much in a spot to cover some foul trouble if you get into it, and that way you can evade the deep runs by the other team. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, depth is a key thing here for championship ball, and we talk about how we don't have very many, but there's a lot of freshmen on this team, and they've been getting more minutes these past couple of weeks, and they've taken advantage of that. You want to look for them to improve and minimize mistakes. I mean, it's a lot of mistakes that this team, they aren't making anymore at this point in the season.
No, they're not. No, they're not. And to me, you know, this is just another opportunity. The girls are heating up. The boys, we'll get to them a little bit later on. And I know you've got a lot to say about that game because we actually called that game in the John Noble tournament. It was the opening game, in fact, of the tournament where the Millwood boys played. That was a wild game overall. But tonight, the emotion, I think, the game starting a little bit later, it's going to get a little bit more of the folks of the community here. I expect a raw, I expect a loud environment. I expect a festive game tonight and looking forward to it.
Right, a very great setting as this Ada home side is building up a little bit, and this Millwood side is getting some more people in the crowd too.
Hey, Falcons travel well. Falcons travel well. And if you're enjoying this game tonight, of course, and if you happen to have to dip into your car for a moment, you can also listen to the Victory Christian versus Douglas game. That's also airing on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Just want to point that out. Great action on that other side if you wanted to check that out. As we're getting set for things tonight, the Falcons, after playing tonight's game against Ada, has 2 games left. They'll be taking on OCS, which will be, if I'm not mistaken, it's senior night, and that is the final home regular season game. And then next week, the Falcons will end the season going to Star Spencer. So to me, ending it with the rivalry, I think it's going to be interesting down the stretch, but it's going to be a great game overall. So this game is very important. I think if you could end the game on a 5-game winning streak, you're kind of already in the mentality of playoff mode. I mean, if you could evade a hiccup down the stretch, I just think teams that go into that building that way, it really bodes well for them for deep runs.
I mean, right, and this is what you want to see at this point in the season, a trend upwards. I mean, they were coming off an 8-game skid there, so things were getting a little tricky, but I think the confidence is definitely there.
Yeah, I can't believe you mentioned that. I mean, it seems like the way this team is playing now, it looks nothing. I mean, when you looked at the games that you called at the John Noble tournament, it's a 6A tournament, and I know people constantly ask me, ask Gary, ask us all the time, why do we always reference the John Noble tournament? Because for whatever reason, and these title runs that the Falcons have had, their identity is set coming out of that tournament. I don't know really what that is. And it doesn't matter the outcome of whether they win in the tournament or not. It's just somehow, some way, the Falcons rise to the occasion and play some unbelievable ball. I mean, it's exciting. It's amazing to see a team figure things out. And you're like, what? Right before your core part of your season, the part that matters, the part that determines your position going into districts and all that, it matters. And coming out of that tournament, I mean, Jamie, you called more games at the tournament than I did this year. The girls are not even, it's night and day difference.
Night and day. I mean, they're completely locked in. I mean, they look completely more cohesive than they did. They play as a team. They're communicating more on the court. They're finding each other offensively, and they're gelling together defensively.
And I really want to give Dava Albert a lot of credit for the coaching decisions in game that she makes. She identifies what matchups are working well. She identifies defensive changes. She's made some substitutions, and watching her be able to do that with comfort has been a big thing. She's got a lot of confidence in her player. And to me, Anae Atchison is such a big player about that, because Anae may not be the tallest on the team. She may not score the most points on the team, but I think she might be the MVP in terms of the most valuable or most important MIP person on the team when you start looking at it, because she sets the tone on so many levels. Defensively, she'll guard 1 through 5. She don't care if you're 6'5", if you're 5'1".
Come with it.
She's like, okay, whoever you are, and then you put her with another dog like Raquel Hunt. Raquel Hunt. I mean, she's burst onto the scene, making tremendous plays, and to me, that defensive tenacity that those two play with, I mean, it's second to none.
Right, and not to mention who's locking down that paint down low, Brandy Harrod. I mean, she's such a threat, elite athleticism and length as well. I mean, that's just a big threat for any opponent.
And again, I'm not comparing this to other things, but I want people to understand. It's kind of like the way this team was playing for a while. It's kind of like the old Milwaukee Bucks when you had Giannis and you're wondering who else is going to make a play. You were wondering who else is going to step in there and do it. But now, with all the other players stepping in and doing such a fantastic job, what you've got now is Brandy playing freer. Her mind is now on always, she always has been a player that wanted to make the team better. She's not a selfish individual at all. But what she also has done is she's taking her game and then it's spreading around. And so the whole level of intensity or fun raises with everybody else, because now everybody else is active. And Brandy's got a great, with the addition of Reagan Carey in the lineup, Reagan Carey has become the glue. 1 minute she can play the 4, she can play the 3, she can play the 2, she can play any of those positions, and she's showing so much versatility in her game, and it allows her to just lock in on one aspect. I mean, it's really quite wonderful to see how this team, I know it sounds repetitive what we're saying, but the identity of these players is truly coming through now, and we can see it.
Right, all those things ring true, and everybody truly has a role on this team.
We're getting ready now, of course, for the starting lineups, and we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthem. So would you stand by as we get ready for that, and then we'll get you the starting lineups to get you confirmed for tonight's contest. This is SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. So they're making their pregame announcements. We'll be happy to bring you both games tonight, and thank you so much for tuning in on PPBC TV. One of tonight's sponsors is Sunbeam Family Services. And we'll talk about them in just a second here. The playing of the national anthem is going on right now. Tremendous job of the singing of the national anthem. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson set to bring you action. Time to get you the starting lineups presented by Narissa Berry Insurance. Narissa Berry Insurance would like to help you get the best insurance coverage with the right price for your home, auto, and life. Let her help protect what's most important to you. Learn more by calling 405-547-0595. That's 405-547-0595. Time for starting lineups now. And your starting lineups for the Falcons tonight is Anae Atchison, Rihanna Hill, Brandy Harrod, Raquel Hunt, and Reagan Carey. And now here's the starting lineup for the Ada Lady Cougars.
Let's meet the starting lineups for your Ada Lady Cougars. At guard, 5'5" senior number 10, Pregame Nelson. At guard, 5'5" sophomore number 15, Sadie Epps. At guard, 5'8" senior number 24, Rylan Truitt. At guard, 5'4" senior number 25, Abby Strong. And at forward, 5'10" senior number 35, Jameson Bartley. Head coach for your Lady Cougars is Christy Jennings.
All right, your starting lineups tonight for the Ada Cougars. Who you got, Jamin?
I got Macavia Nelson, number 10, number 15, Sadie Epps, number 24, Rylan Truitt, number 25, Abby Strong, number 35, Jamieson
E. Marthley.
E. Marthley. Thank you, Mo.
No problem. Always got to help to do our best job with the names. Want to make sure we try to get all the names correct, and that's respect for all teams and all players at all times. All right, we're set to go. The lights are lit. It's Friday Night Hoops featuring the varsity girls and boys basketball of the Millwood High School. Brandy Harrod in center court. And Anae is going to control it. The Falcons moving up 2 spots in the polls this week. Class 3A number 15 now. Back on top to Rihanna Hill. Ball in the left wing.
Ada's defense setting a 2-3.
Brandy Harrod misses the first one, misses the second one. Harrod doesn't do that too often. Second rebound pulled down by the Lady Cougars. Ball in the left wing. Going to swing it up top. Now controlled there by Nelson. Cross court over, back in the hands of Nelson. Right wing, ball in the hands now of Truitt. Truitt looking for some space to operate. She's going to lose it there, and they're going to say the ball's knocked out. It will remain Lady Cougar ball. 7:18 to go. Remember, of course, if this is your first opportunity to watch basketball this year, one of the biggest changes in high school ball of this course this year, fouls reset at the end of quarter, and we go to 2 shots at 5 fouls now. Still tough for a lot of people to grasp. 3-point shot attempt by Nelson. She is not able to bring that one down. Rebound pulled down by Anae Atchison. Spark plug into the lane, gonna dump it off. Actually, there's gonna be a turnover here. Working the ball back up top. Marthley. Excuse me, not Marthley, that's Truitt. Strong has it back over to Epps. Now Marthley has it. Nelson. Ball now on the left wing, trying to get the ball in the middle of the floor. The Falcon defense and man-to-man doing a great job of trying to cut. Nelson cut to the basket this time. Nobody was able to catch her. She got past Anae Atchison on that one. Ada takes the early lead 2-0. Anae across the timeline now. To the right wing to Rihanna. Back up top to Raquel. Reagan Carey. The Falcons are looking for a path and driving to the basket. Contact on the floor as Reagan Carey went and drove it inside. Foul's going to be called. The foul's going to be called against number 25, Abby Strong. Team foul number 1. Foul on the floor, so the Falcons will get the ball underneath their own basket right now. Reagan Carey decides to go right back down Main Street again, this time high off the glass, and she gets it to fall that time. Rihanna Hill with the assist on that one. Ball's deflected. Raquel Hunt causing havoc in the backcourt.
And Raquel doing what Raquel does best.
Now, ball down inside, and Marthley is going to draw contact against Reagan Carey there. Her first foul of the night, team foul number 1.
tried to squeeze that ball between Reagan and Brandy Harrod.
So now, ball being entered in from ball at the elbow now. Screen up top. Push shot or runner by Epps, and she gets it to fall there.
Man down, nobody in her way.
4-2. Now driving inside, Rihanna Hill hits it with the Euro and drops the biscuit in the basket.
It's a great job of evading that contact there. One of those Ada Cougars trying to bait her into a charge.
4, tied up at 4 apiece. Ball up top. Ball now moved over to Truitt. Swing it over. Ball back in the hands of Nelson. And applying pressure. Falcons extending the defense out. The Cougars trying to get another free backdoor cut to the basket. Now ball up top from the top of the key. Shot for
Millwood
3. No good.
completely denying Ada out of the paint.
And Atchison picks up the loose ball. Rihanna Hill decides to fire up a 3 of her own from the left corner. Shot no good by Rihanna Hill. Rebound, Cougars. Octavia Nelson with an covering her again. Ball out top. Reagan Carey goes for the steal, not able to get it that time. Cutting back inside, but too much pop on the pass. And it will be Falcon basketball. 4:42 to go. Brandy Harrod yet to score. Rihanna Hill's going to drive inside, stop, and pull up. A nice block by Marthalee, getting the block.
All right, Ada putting on the pressure there defensively.
All right, 3-point shot from the left corner, and that shot rings true for Sadie Epps. She knocks it down. Falcons down by 3. Backcourt pressure, told you. Ada's capable of doing a lot of different things. Harrod swings it back out. Rihanna Hill fires up another 3. Shot does not go down for Hill. Rebound pulled down by the Cougars. Falcons got to get back on defense right now. Early surge by the Cougars. Back in the ball in the hands of Nelson. Nelson, ball fakes, kicks it down to a Marthalee. Marthalee backhands it off to Nelson in the corner. Swings it back up top to Truitt. Strong now has it. Back in the hands of Epps. Nelson. Down to the corner now. Trying again.
Ada still having no luck penetrating this Millwood defense.
Millwood defense has been good watching it. Nelson tries to get inside again. Is going to swing it down to a Marthalee. Wide open 3-point shot from the left wing. Does not go down. Tapped out. Rebound this time by Rihanna Hill. Harrod goes to the basket. This time scoop shot's good.
Coast to coast by Brandy Harrod.
Falcons down 1, 7-6. The Falcons can beat them down the floor anytime they want, but they're going to have to do that. And everybody's going to go once the ball's rebounded. Nelson fires up a 3. She can't get it to fall. This time ball is tipped. This time retrieved. Corner shot. This time pulled down by Reagan Carey.
All right, you want to eliminate those second chance.
Contact's going to be made. Again, Sadie Epps trying to steal the ball out of Reagan Carey's hand.
You want to eliminate those second chance opportunities offensively for Ada, as it's already proven to be a close matchup here so far.
So on that particular sequence of plays, if you're Millwood, you got to like a couple of things, but you've got to stop eliminating extra touches. This time's going to be a steal this time. Epps coming up with the steal, taking it away from Reagan Carey. Ball's going to get knocked out by Harrod. Harrod hustling down the field, doing a great job.
Right, and hustle is one of those things that's going to matter. I mean, both teams applying pressure at midcourt.
Inbound pass. Going to swing it to the top. Sadie Epps with the runner. She can't get it to fall this time. And Sadie Epps going to pick up another quick foul as Brandy Harrod picked it up. Second team foul, so there's going to be a substitution. So into the game now is Carson Woods. As Sadie Epps knocked down one of the big shots. She had a 3-point shot. But now we got full court pressure being applied here. Swinging the ball to Brandy Harrod, back over to Rihanna Hill. Rihanna Hill's going to drive inside, hit the Euro. Shot's going to be sent the other direction that time. Good defensive play by Ava Campos, who just came into the game. Going to swing it inside, and the Falcons are going to try and steal it, going down to get it. Timeout's going to be called by Millwood on that play. But again, Ada does send their bigs back. They caught Rihanna Hill driving inside with another block. That's 2 blocks from Ada on the first. And on the other end, the Falcons got to hurry back. So again, the Falcons got to check how the Cougars are releasing and returning on defense. They have a line that they're going, and you're going to have to stretch them out. Doesn't have to get to the basket. The short mid-range jump shot will be open all night long.
Right, and I mean, they're getting a lot of opportunities. They're putting up a lot of threes, knocked down one by Sadie Epps.
So with Sadie Epps doing a timeout called on the floor right now, it is an A+ lawn services timeout. Would you like your home lawn or business lawn to look good, green, full, and healthy? Then call the professionals at A+ Lawn Service. Owner Milo Wilson and his staff will take great care of you. Just call for an appointment today, 405-535-5139. Back to live action. Reagan
Ada
Carey
again with the press.
Reagan Carey into the middle of the floor, and they break the press. Over to Raquel Hunt. Raquel Hunt stops, pops, shot. No good that time. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and they weren't able to maintain a good job of harassing the rebounder by Brandy Harrod there.
All right, we've got to find some easier, cleaner looks here as we're getting into some quick offense.
1:57 to go. This quarter's gone by pretty quick. And they Atchison on the right wing, into the corner to Raquel Hunt. Up on top to Harrod. Harrod looked at the three, drived inside, kicks it back out. Now ball's in the hands of Reagan Carey. Inside Harrod goes, she draws contact, no foul. Basket doesn't foul, but foul's going to be called. Brandy Harrod going to the free throw line.
And this is what you like to see. Second trip for the Falcons to the free throw line.
Abby Strong getting called with the foul there, team foul number 4. So Harrod getting to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She's one of 3 Falcons that have scored so far. Harrod, shot, touches a lot of the rim, but will not fall for her. She gets one more. Let's see if she can knock this one down and tie this game up. It's been stuck at 7-6 for the last 2.5 minutes. She misses the second one, but Ane gets the rebound, and Sparkplug puts it up, but Raquel Hunt can't get it. Harrod fighting for it. 3 touches by the Falcons. They can't get it to fall. And they're going to call a foul from Harrod. She was trying to create a jump ball situation, was not able to get it to go there.
It's a very fast-paced game, but the Millwood Falcons have to find their poise there. They had 3 shot attempts on that possession. We walk away with no points.
So now, here come the Lady Cougars, up by 1. A minute and a half to go. Ball to the left wing, inside, going to be stolen. Brandy Harrod comes up with the steal there. And Raquel drives to the basket, gets an easy 2. Little give and go game. Nice job between Rihanna and Raquel Hunt.
Right, great vision. I mean, Rihanna Hill is very capable of shooting that 3, but good job finding her teammates, getting everyone involved.
8-7 is the score. Going to swing it down. Pass nearly stolen by Rihanna Hill, but the Ada Lady Cougars had found that crease again, and that backdoor cut off that screen to the basket is still open. Falcons going to have to close that door. Ball swung out. Now Nelson has it. Nelson shoots it. Can't get it to fall there. Rebound by Ane Atchison. Falcons up to Brandy Harrod. Harrod one-on-one on the side. Euro to the right. Too much power on that. She can't get it to fall. And they're going to call the foul here. Reagan Carey. Her second team foul right now. So Imani Atchison coming in for Reagan Carey. Reagan Carey with two points and a rebound so far. Falcons up by 1 with 45 seconds to go. Ball back up top now in the hands. Ball's loose, rolling around the ground, saved right here at half court, right before half court by Abby Strong.
Straight on-ball pressure here by Ane Atchison.
Okay, and that did a great job. The sister combination of the Atchison sisters are in the game. So now, returning back to the game now is Sadie Epps. And then, of course, Jamison Marthy's back in the game as well. Falcons go to work now with a 1-point lead with 20 seconds left to go. Let's see what Coach Albert elects to do. Are they going to play for 1? Zone coverage. Swinging it to the corner. Raquel Hunt was not able to handle the pass, but she dribbles inside. Can't get the shot to fall.
Right, she had a pretty open look. Elected to take a dribble for the mid-range pull-up that's no good.
And Martha Lee jumps it back over to Nelson, swings it down inside. Turnaround shot by Campos. She can't get it to fall that time. Rebound, Brandy Harrod. 1 second on the clock. And Ane didn't realize the time. No shot. Shot will not count. But at the end of the first one, it's 8-7. 8-7 at the end of the first quarter. Tonight's game is being brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Also want to thank all our other sponsors, Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Time for a quarter recap brought to you by First Security Bank, proud sponsor of the Millwood Falcon broadcast. If you're looking for a bank to help you make your dreams of becoming a homeowner or business owner come true, let First Security Bank make that dream a reality. Call them, 405-424-4341. Jamin, what is your thoughts on the first quarter action?
I mean, it's a lot of running and gunning from both teams. Both of them applying a lot of pressure defensively, great perimeter. I mean, both teams are trying to get inside, and they're struggling to do so.
So struggling to do so, how do you remedy that?
Well, I mean, for the Falcons, I mean, they're trying to dump it down to Brandy Harrod. They're doing a lot in transition. Don't settle for jump shots. Give your offense a chance to settle and maybe get into a set or so. All
right, so starting the second tonight, and the 80 Cougars will start the action in the second. Ball's going to be thrown in here by Carson Woods. Falcons, who's on the floor? Brought to you by Narissa Berry Insurance, Ane Atchison, Brandy Harrod, Rihanna Hill, Imani Atchison, and Raquel Hunt. Now going to work. The ball inside now to Campos. Campos cuts to the basket and gets another one. Again, it's that basically screen and roll. And that screener is not being covered off that release. And that's how they're getting to the basket so easily. Working the ball back into the corner. Rihanna Hill fires a corner three-point shot. She can't get that one to fall this time. Rebound pulled down by the Lady Cougars. Nelson brings it up the court. They're back up by 1, 9-8. 7:21 to go before the end of the first half. Imani stepping out, covering Campos. Martha Lee. So, ball back in the hand of Sadie Epps. Sadie Epps tries to get a bounce pass inside. Steal by Brandy Harrod. Raquel to the basket again she goes. And Raquel Hunt off the Brandy Harrod assist. She's got 6 in the first half. Raquel Hunt releasing and hustling down the floor. That's how you beat the Cougars.
That's what you need, hustling, and you got to score in transition. Easy layup for Raquel. All
right, working the ball. Martha Lee back in the hands of Sadie Epps. Sadie Epps backing up near half court. Epps finds a crease, drives inside with the runner, and she drops it. Raquel Hunt, little bit tired there. She didn't shuffle her feet. And puts the Cougars back up by 1.
And like we talked about, I mean, Ava Campos is right down there with that back door kind of wide open. You see Sadie Epps kind of look for that, but she elects to get in that paint for an easy floater.
Just inside the three-point line. Shot is knocked down by Brandy Harrod. Then she falls to the floor with contact. Nothing doing there. Timeout's going to be called on the floor for Martha Lee. She's coming out of the game. So Abby Strong returns to the game now. 12-11, 6:11 to go before the end of the first half. Ball in the hands. Now back up top to Woods. Now in Campos' hands. Epps has it, swings it. Left wing. Nice job by Imani Atchison. Falcons remain in man-to-man defense, putting tremendous pressure on them. And they covering Sadie, who kicks it to the corner. Nelson for 3. Nelson shot's no good. Brandy Harrod picks it up. Harrod swings it over. Raquel Hunt again.
And that's great vision by Brandy Harrod. You get out there in transition, oddly matched up. You find the open teammate on the other side of the basket.
Yes. Now Harrod has been the catalyst. And they're going to catch Ane in the backcourt, applying pressure to Sadie Epps. Ane's first foul of the night.
I mean, it's immense pressure. I mean, you have to live with some of those calls because you're going to get them when you play such an intense style on defense.
Well, that's true. The only problem is she's not dangerous back here. So getting backcourt fouls when a team that's not very deep is not the best decision to make. I'm not going to criticize Anae's aggressiveness as Sadie Epps misses another shot. Three-point shot again from the left wing. That shot won't fall. Trap against the corner. Nelson fires up one from the right wing. They can't get it to fall. Ball goes out. But it's, again, multiple touches. The Falcons got to find a way to rebound this ball.
Right. I mean, you got to make it tough. They've done a great job the past 2 or 3 games playing the passing lanes very well, getting some steals. But, I mean, Ada is getting a lot of shot opportunities, especially from beyond the arc.
Anae in the lane, shoots the runner, shot no good. Rebound by Raquel Hunt. Backing it out. Hunt looks inside, draws contact, and will go to the free throw line.
Great job by Raquel Hunt. Feeling that pressure, feeling it coming on, putting that shot up so she can get to the free throw line.
So Raquel Hunt to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She's also the leading Falcon scorer tonight. Misses or back rims that first one. So substitution. So now Tylee Dotson enters the game. Raquel Hunt takes her time, and that substitution actually gave her a chance to catch the wind, and you could tell she was able to knock down that shot with great form. 15-11, Falcons up by 4. Just under 5 minutes to play here. Bounce pass inside, and again, the Falcons falling asleep down there as Truitt scored.
Right, Sadie Epps kind of caught Anae Atchison off the dribble leading up to that score.
And then on the other end, Anae with the shot. Draws contact, no foul there. Rebound as Sadie Epps pushes the action. So Sadie going to kick it to the corner. Three-point shot attempt from the right wing is no good. Rebound this time controlled by the Falcons. One and done. Great job by the Falcons. Raquel to the basket. This time she tries to get it there. Almost drops the dime in. But it's going to be a foul situation.
I mean, and this is what it's going to take. I mean, knocking down your free throws and getting to the free throw line.
Raquel Hunt at the free throw line can break double digits. She makes this first free throw. Back rims that first one. Falcons up by 2. Can she push it to 3? Nice soft touch on that second one, and she knocks it down. 16-13, 4:04 to go. Sadie Epps going to fire it over to Nelson on the right wing. Nelson up top to Abby Strong. Swings it back to Nelson. Nelson ball fakes, swings it inside to Dotson, and it's going to be a jump ball situation. It will be Falcon ball. Nice job by Imani Atchison as Tylee Dotson was trying to corral the pass into the box area.
Brandy Harrod rolling over to tie that up as well.
So Raquel Hunt going to fire it over to Imani Atchison. She's not able to corral the pass. So 16-13, 3:44 to go.
A couple turnovers already in this first half. Haven't had as many as they've had in some games in the season, but that's something to watch here.
So Sadie Epps need to get across the timeline. Waiting or is Anae. And then again, Sadie Epps finds the crease inside.
Sadie Epps, she has a quick step off the dribble, driving downhill. As soon as she sees the light of day, she's putting it up.
She breaks down the defense. Now Rihanna Hill over to Raquel Hunt. Bounce pass inside to Imani. She can't get it. This time it's going to be stolen by Nelson. Ball over. Back over to Nelson on the left wing. She fires a 3. This time she can't get it to fall. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be. So substitution out of the game. So Raquel Hunt comes out for a breather. And Alyssa Isaac enters the game. So Campos returns. And coming out of the game goes Sadie Epps. 16-15, Falcons up by 1.
You've got to key in on Macavia Nelson. I mean, as soon as she gets around that perimeter, she's putting up that 3 ball.
Tylee Dawson with the shot. She can't get it to foul there. Going to end up being tied up. It will remain for the Lady Cougars here. So Sadie Epps returns to the game. The Falcons are going to have to identify where Sadie Epps is at all times.
At all times, she is the engine that's making their offense go.
Trying to get the ball in the hands of Campos this time. Now a three-point shot by Strong. She can't get it to fall this time. Rebound by Sadie Epps. And now they're going to catch Anae with her hand in the cookie jar that time. Is going to call a foul. Anae's second foul. But the one thing that is occurring is you see how many offensive rebounds that Ada's being able to get, Jamin. We're not boxing out. Down low, shot this time no good. Rebound by Harad. Harad goes coast to coast. Too strong off the glass. She can't get it to fall. Rebound, Ada. Sadie Epps beats everyone down the floor. And she scores and puts the Cougars back up top.
I mean, you said it best. I mean, this is a basketball game as far as we see, but it's a track meet for Sadie Epps. And once she gets past all other 9, I mean, she's putting it up. She's getting easy buckets.
And here's the thing about Sadie Epps. Sadie Epps is 5'5". She's not the tallest girl on the floor at all. But here's the thing. She has no fear of driving into the painted area. And with her speed and ball handling skills, it is causing the Falcons problems because the Falcons believe that if they get to a certain point, that they'll be able to slow her down. And that's not the case. Sadie's like, I'm still going. And if not, then she's cutting, kicking the ball out to Nelson. She's kicking the ball out to three-point shooters. Just the shots aren't falling. So if the Falcons don't get a handle on stopping the ball, that's where the problem's that's really gonna be for them.
Right, and I mean, Anae Atchison, Raquel Hunt matched up on her. She has a quick step off the dribble. You got to slide your feet and get in front of her.
So Ada with 6 straight points for the most part, and have taken the lead 17-16, up by 1. The Falcons will have it, and again, full court pressure being applied. Alyssa Isaac now has it. Falcons got to get across the line. Brandy Harad now has it, gets into the middle of the floor, pulls up just inside the free throw line. Shots too strong. Imani fighting for it. Can't get it this time.
Well, Sadie Epps matched up on Brandy Harad midcourt on that inbound.
Campos has her shot rejected by Brandy Harad.
And as I'm talking about her now, she gets a block. I mean, really manning down the post down low.
The only bad problem is gave another rebound back to Ada. Ball's loose on the ground. It's going to be touched by Alyssa Isaac. It will be Cougar basketball. But Harad running coast to coast. And here's the thing. The Falcons are just cold right now. If you're looking at the overall shooting percentage for the Falcons right now, they are 8 of 26 shooting in this game. And they're going to call a foul there on Harad. Is that?
Campos driving to the basket.
So her second foul for Harad. So got to pay attention. Coach Albert's asking the officials about it. But nonetheless, Falcons still down by 1. Nelson got to get it in bounds. Over to Strong, over to Nelson, who tries to fire it inside, stolen by Harad.
I mean, great hands. Talked about the athleticism by Brandy Harad.
Harad stops this time, kicks it over to Rihanna Hill, who drives in the lane, goes with the runner. Back rims, no good. Ball's going to be knocked out. It will be Falcon basketball.
And this rim hasn't been very kind to us, Mo. We've got to find a softer touch on the basket.
No,
it's a lot of energy going back and forth.
It sure is, and that is the north goal. And the north goal must have a lid on it because the Falcons can't seem to break the crest. Over to Anae Atchison on the right wing. She drives inside, goes with the runner to the inside, and Anae drops the ball in the basket.
And all we had to do was talk about it. Great being decisive there by Anae Atchison.
Falcons up by 1:43 to go. It's been a nip-and-tuck game thus far. Got to execute down the stretch here. Swinging the ball back up top. Truitt now has it. Imani stepping out on her. And they're going to catch Imani with the arm bar. Team foul number 4. So one thing I don't think you want to do if you're the Falcons, both teams have 4 fouls apiece. Team fouls, that is. So the next one for either one will put them at the free throw line shooting 2. So tonight's going to be key, I think, in this game. This is going to be a close margin. Nelson backing up. Alyssa Isaac covering. Going to swing it inside to Campos, and it's blocked again by Harad.
She gets called for the foul there.
So Harad gets her second block. And it should be 5 fouls. Well, actually, it's not 5 fouls. Okay, so that's what's going on. I was looking at the timeouts. That's team foul number 2. It's foul on Harad.
Right. I mean, she got the block, but I think they caught the foul as she was trying to get the ball back.
Off Campos. So they're going to call a technical foul on Dava Albert now, because they're calling the foul on Harad getting the ball. Again, she blocked the shot on Campos.
I mean, right, anybody on the Millwood Falcons side is kind of
perplexed.
Exactly. Because you see Brandy Harad get the block, but the referees calling this game here pretty close. They're wrestling with that ball coming down, and I guess they saw the most of the contact on Brandy. And then the technical on Coach Albert.
On Coach Albert here. But they're
Campos free throws.
So that's team foul number 5. Campos misses the free throw. She'll get one more on the technical.
Coach Albert still pleading with the referee.
She didn't understand how, because the foul looked like initially it was called on Campos.
Correct.
And this is one of those situations, and I know they're going to say it. Ball don't lie. Again, it's an expression, and it's used in certain situations. So Campos comes out of the game. So there were 2 technicals called? So, okay, I'm lost here, folks. I'm sorry. So Nelson knocks down the free throw, and she misses the second one. So all intents and purposes, so now Alyssa Isaac comes out of the game. So Reagan Carey returns to the game. Alyssa Isaac out, so is Harad. So back to live action now. Ball in the hands of Sadie Epps. Sadie comes across the timeline. Sadie now being covered by Imani. Imani got to watch the arm bar. Going to kick it to the corner. Hand off to Sadie. Sadie turns the corner, drives inside. Sadie with the runner, drops it in the basket.
I mean, Sadie Epps running that offense. I mean, she's getting screener after screener. She's running around looking like Steph coming off of those.
All right. Ane into the lane, and contact, no foul on that. Tough situation there for the Falcons.
Sadie Epps coming down for the quick pull-up J. That's off.
Going to swing it back out. Ball in the hands of Sadie Epps. She missed that one. Now she goes back inside with the runner again and drops it.
And we've got to get a hand in front of Sadie Epps. I mean, we're letting her get comfortable, easy shots.
35 seconds to go. Falcons down by 4. Raquel Hunt drives inside, pulls up for the free throw, jump shot too hard off the glass. Going to be a jump ball situation that will remain with the Falcons. So the Falcons are shooting fast. They're drawing contact inside, and it seems like timeout. Coach Albert trying to get a timeout called on the floor. It's an A+ Lawn Services timeout. So let's just break down what happened there a few minutes ago, Jamin, because the play that started all this, that gave them the run, that put Ada up on top, was a crazy situation. First of all, Brandy Harad dropped Campos' shot cleanly. Campos is still reaching down. Harad is trying to grab the ball. And it looks like Campos is getting her in the body. Am I incorrect by saying that?
No.
So the foul is called. The Falcons are walking down the court, and then the officials kind of correct the call and call it against Harad, which sends Dava Albert into an uproar, and well, which it should, because that's what we saw. Then somehow, some way, a second technical foul was called against, I'm not sure who the other technical foul was called against at this point.
Neither am I.
So if that's the case, then they got 4 shots. They went one for 4 at the free throw line, that attempt.
Ball don't lie.
And now the Falcons had Brandy Harad with 3 fouls, and you got her with 3 fouls, Reagan Carey with 2. And now we're going to see if they're going to substitute Harad in after on this possession here.
Right, multiple starters with 2 or more fouls here. Something to really watch as we got a whole second half to go. Brandy Harad awaits entering the game.
So tough calls here. Bounce pass in, Reagan Carey gets it. Carey is going to go inside, and then she's going to draw contact that time. So that's team foul number 4, or number 3, as Harrod re-enters the game. And Imani Atchison comes out. So danger time for Harrod.
And Coach Albert calls for Brandy Harrod to throw in the inbound.
So getting the ball bounced past in. And then Ane fires a 3. She can't get it to fall. This time, rebound, pulled down by Ada. 13 on the clock. Swings it to the corner. That's Woods. And the ball is going to get knocked loose. And it will remain. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Ane going for the ball.
I kind of felt like they would, Mo. They both collided trying to get the ball.
Tough calls coming this way for the Falcons right now. Tough calls. So at the free throw line shooting 2 right now is Aaliyah Marshall. So now Anae's picked up her 3rd foul.
So Anae's got 3, Brandy's got 3. As she exits the game, that's gonna call for the Millwood Falcons to play with a lot more control here in the second half.
Yeah, what these calls are doing is limiting the Falcons' ability to play ball the way they want to play ball.
Absolutely.
And so the second free throw is knocked down. So both going 2 for 2s, 24-18, Falcons down by 6. Now Anae over to Raquel Hunt. Hunt inside. Contact, no foul that time as time expires. It's 24-6, 24-18 at the end of the first half. We're going to take a break and try to break this down and kind of give you some, I guess, some perspective of what we're seeing. Because right now, overall, folks, it's been some tough calls. It's been some tremendously tough calls coming their way. And, you know, the Falcons are driving inside, getting contact as they hit the lane. They're not getting the call. On the other side, Ada is getting bailed out for Millwood's aggressive, not necessarily aggressive, it's negative. They're playing the passing lanes, they're blocking shots, and Millwood's getting called for fouls. So we'll break it down a little bit more and talk about that coming up in a few minutes right now. Right now, we're at half. The Millwood and Richmond Foundation halftime report is coming up in just a moment. Right now, you're listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation president. Also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student-athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student-athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my Ebony, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
Oklahoma City. We're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation president, also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal. And you have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oklahoma City. I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Welcome back to the Millwood Enrichment Foundation Halftime Report. Millwood Enrichment Foundation is raising $25,000 to help take care of their teachers, scholarships for its students, and help making a positive impact on the Millwood experience. So donate to the Jewel Institution, which is Millwood Public Schools. You can make a contribution right now by going to hashtag Millwood Enrich OKC. That's Millwood Enrich, $Millwood Enrich OKC. You make that donation now, 5, 10, 50, 500, whatever's in your heart to do. Do something today. We truly, truly appreciate it this afternoon. Hey, thank you for tuning in and joining us this evening. So let's break down a couple of things real quick here as we get ready to talk about the stats of tonight's game. But I'm going to say this. So the sequence that called, we got clarification while we were away. So the call was not 2 technical fouls. The situation was, since the foul was called on Brandy Harrod, they allowed those 2 free throws to go first. Even though they were kind of in the mindset of a technical, the officials cleared out the area. So it looked like there were 2 technical fouls called. That is not correct. It was only 1 technical foul called, and that was against Dava Albert. But given what she saw, what we saw, I'd have got a technical foul too.
Oh, me 3. Please believe it.
I mean, because the situation on that play was it was a block. Any player who's had their shot blocked, and then Millwood, Brandy Harrod was trying to get up under, had a grip on the ball. Campos got position underneath her and lifted Brandy Harrod up. From that perspective that we saw, that looked like a foul being called on Campos. Millwood's reaction was what everybody else thought it was until the officials made the change.
Rihanna Hill was lined up on the baseline, ready for the inbound pass. Even Coach Albert is confused, waiting on a verdict, and that's what we get, a foul on Brandy Harrod, and then that leads to a technical on Coach Albert.
Now, from the most part of everything else, the Falcons have had their opportunities to shoot the ball. But tonight is one of the warmest days of the year so far. The Falcons find themselves only shooting in tonight's game basically 8 of 25, 32% for the game, 0 of 4 from deep, and 8 of 21 on twos. That is 38%. The high-flying Falcon in the first half is Raquel Hunt. She's got 10 points, Reagan Carey with 2, Harrod with 4, and Anae Atchison with 2. The Falcons have not been able to drop it in clearly when Ada has been getting going, and they've got I'm telling you right now, the engine that's making it go is none other than Sadie Epps.
Right, Sadie Epps.
How many points does she have in the first half?
Sadie has 15. I mean, she's a huge part of this Cougars offense. I mean, she's running the break, and she's running it very well, fast, if I might add.
Now, the Falcons are down 6, 24-18. But here's the most difficult part about it. It could be much worse than that.
Absolutely.
The offensive rebounds that they were able to obtain. So you're talking about 14 rebounds Ada Cougars had in terms of rebounds in the first half, and you're talking about the Falcons with 14, but you're talking about second chance opportunities. I know the foul rebounding discrepancies aren't there, but they're getting more on the offensive end, and that's where it's really hurting things because you're giving them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And if you're the Falcons, you got to find a way to shut that down. And that starts off by getting, as we're about ready to start the second half of this game, this is about getting back on defense and basically getting around. Now, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to the head coach here for the Cougars, Christy Jennings. She's doing a great job of one thing. Her bigs do a great job of screening and rolling to the basket. It's old school screen and roll. And as they're hitting to that roll, the Falcons are not doing a good job of getting the screener. They're covering the roller.
Right. I mean, we've got to, wake up, defensively, find those trends in the game and eliminate them. They're doing a great job. Campos is doing a very good job manning down that post. And this team doesn't take a lot of jump shots. They get a lot of their money in the paint and going straight to the rim and benefit from getting to the free throw line. But one glaring stat, Ada is 7% from three-point range, 1 for 14. And a lot of those shots are second-chance shots. They're getting it to the perimeter quickly, and they're putting them up just as fast.
All right, time for the Falcons that are on the floor, brought to you by Narissa Berry Insurance. We're going to modify it a little bit here. And the ball inbounded to, and instantly coming into the game, before I give you who's on the floor. And the lead has been stretched to 8.
Got to wake up defensively. 24 on 24 damage. Rylan Truitt, she gets the ball right over Reagan Carey's head, gets the easy score.
Harrod with the runner on the other end answers. So it's Reagan Carey, Imani Atchison, Raquel Hunt. Okay, Raquel Hunt is not starting the second half of this game. It's Harrod. Sorry, Imani Atchison. So let me make sure I get that straight for you folks. And so Nelson's on the floor right now. Working the ball around. Sadie Epps curls in the lane and drops another basket in.
And there they go. Instead of Sadie running it, they screen for it. Great job by Nelson getting Epps open.
28-20. Falcons down 8. Rihanna Hill into the lane, goes with the Euro, and she gets to the basket.
I mean, that's great English. The Euro is very effective. She splits 2 defenders to get an easy lay on the left side. Nelson bringing the ball up for the Cougars. She crosses half court.
That was Rihanna's first basket of the game. 28-22, 6-point margin. Can the Falcon defense stop the motion? Rolling to the basket this time, shot no good this time. Rebound by Reagan Carey. Carey behind the back dribble over to Rihanna Hill, who pumps from the top of the key. Can't get the shot to fall. Rebound, Cougars. Nelson now swings it over. Ball in the hands of Abby Strong now. Ball's going to deflect out, chasing it down. It's Strong. Sadie Epps with Rihanna Hill on her. Bounce pass inside to Marthalee. They're going to reset the offense. Good job by the Falcon defense covering. In the lane, bounce pass inside to Marthalee. Is going to be stolen this time by Rihanna Hill, who throws a pass. Sadie's going to steal it.
I mean, great job on that possession defensively, picking up, making that adjustment, but that turnover there, giving them the ball right back. Second chance points, what we talked about.
All right, 3-point shot attempt, no good. And spark plug into the lane. Cross court inside to Reagan Carey. And they score a little give and go game.
And that was good vision there. And Atchison attracting 2 of those Ada Cougars. She could get it over to Reagan Carey.
Reagan Carey with 4. So now, Rihanna Hill stepping out, trying to get a screen. And Sadie Epps is going to have to turn back. Good defense by Rihanna Hill.
Right. Epps trying to go downhill. Rihanna Hill cuts that lane off.
Setting her up again, and this time they're going to catch Rihanna Hill as a blocking foul. And again, what Sadie Epps is doing. So Rihanna Hill with team foul number 1. But what's end up happening here is Sadie, if she doesn't get there the first time, she goes back, resets, and then attacks in the same fashion again. 28-24. Ball in the hands of Nelson now. Nelson. Bounce pass inside to Sadie, and then Campos is going to get fouled this time. Imani Atchison picks up foul number 2, team foul number 2. But Campos is going to go to the line shooting 2. Falcons trying to dig into this lead a little bit. Down by 4. Front rims on that one for Campos. She gets one more. Falcons need to get the rebound here. Campos drops it in. Stretches the lead back out. So timeout. So the Cougars call the timeout now. It is an A+ lawn services timeout. Would you like your home lawn or business lawn to look good, green, full, and healthy? And let Milo Wilson and his staff take good care of you. Get you some of that Smurf turf. Makes your lawn mean and green come the spring. 405-535-5139. 405-535-5139. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call. 29-24, 5-point margin. Falcons will have the ball to start this possession.
In Millwood, I mean, they're making improvements on defense. They've made the adjustment. And the thing is, you can't turn the ball over and give them more chances, because as soon as they got the ball back, they kicked it right out to Nelson for another 3.
And again, right now, the 3-point shot is not falling for the Cougars. Rihanna Hill swings it out. Reagan Carey drives down Main Street into the lane with the Euro. Shot no good. Rihanna Hill gets the rebound. Contact, no foul. Brianni Harrod inside, and this time she goes up and draws it. So nice job by Harrod. Nice aggressiveness on the inside. Force the officials to go ahead and blow the whistle.
Right, fighting through that contact, not too much getting to the free throw line for the first time in the second half.
Now, the Falcons are going to have to knock down a few free throws to get back in this game. As it stands right now, they're 2 of 6 at the free throw line. That'll help as Brandy Harrod knocks down the first one. Harrod right now with 7 points. Make that 8.
Right, now it's a 3-point game. I mean, this game has been within a 7 to 8 point margin the whole time. So when you talk about that factor, free throws do become important.
All right, ball in the hands. Bounce pass over. Ball in the hands now. Campos. Ball over to Sadie Epps, who swings it to Strong. Strong over to Campos. Nelson wants to cut back door, and she does. That time, she misses. Rebound by Imani Atchison. I don't know about you, but I thought there was going to be a foul called there. Rihanna Hill inside. Ball's going to be knocked loose. And it's going to be a jump ball situation. And it will remain with the Lady Falcons.
Rihanna Hill there on that possession. She had an open three.
I was really concerned when they drove down on that other end. I just knew they were going to call that foul on the defensive side. I mean, that's the way it's been. As Harrod spins inside, hits with the runner. Nice turning hook shot by Harrod.
I mean, good fundamentals there. You could tell she's very comfortable taking that shot. That's what the Falcons need.
Falcons down by 1. The Falcons are right now outscoring them 10-5 in the third. Working the ball around. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Falcon basketball. Turnover coming against the Cougars.
And that's the threat Brandy Harrod can pose when she's manning down that paint down low.
So Imani Atchison is out now. Raquel Hunt is returning to the game. So Rihanna Hill over to Ane. Full court pressure being applied. Ane gets it across the timeline. She almost loses it. And they're going to end up catching Abby Strong on that one. Her third foul, team foul number 1, 29-28. Harrod to inbound. Ball now in the hands of Ane. Back to Harrod. Harrod goes to work inside, pulls up, and Harrod is starting to get cooking here, folks.
Right, I mean, she's taking what the defense is giving her. If they're going to sag off, she's going to get into the inside. She's going to get that easy jump shot to go.
That is the second Falcon in double digits. Harrod now with 11. Campos, ball back over to the hands of Nelson. So working the ball around. And
that's going to be on Nelson.
So Nelson's going to get called for the foul here on a screen.
She's pushing off on her defender there. Easy call for the referees.
So team foul number 3. Nelson's second foul. Going to work now. Here comes Ane Atchison. The Falcons are back up on top of this game, 30-29. Hunt. Over to Rihanna Hill. Step back shot. And she knocks it down.
Great job by Rihanna Hill. She's passed up a few of those threes, but now she's feeling it from the top of the key.
31-32. So, a timeout going to be called on the floor. It's a full timeout. Ada calls a full timeout. Gives me a great opportunity to thank our sponsors, Jamin, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Title sponsors, SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threed's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Falcons up by 3 now, Jamin. How have they done it?
They found a way to somewhat neutralize Sadie Epps, make somebody else beat you. And I mean, they're doing a better job offensively. Brandy Harrod, I mean, she's getting to the inside, good mid-range jumpers, and knocking down the free throw opportunities that you do get.
So that being said, when you have that type of production and your defense is stepping up a notch, it's making the officials recognize that you're playing ball. The Falcons are not reaching anymore. They're doing a better job of understanding how the game is being called. Now, my only thing here is with several Falcons in foul trouble, they're going to have to do a really good job of not, you know, as they say, not putting yourself in a bad situation. So going to work here. Nelson to inbound for the Lady Cougars. Sadie has it. Rihanna Hill stepping out on her. And Rihanna Hill's length is giving Sadie some issues. Strong for three. She can't get it, but Nelson drinks down the rebound. So going back to work, Sadie Epps. Rihanna Hill trying to force her to the right.
She's looking for a screen.
And they're going to hand off to Nelson. Bounce pass inside. Kick ball situation. It will be Lady Cougar ball. Again, you called it, Jamin, on that screen. They're watching it. So the ball back in the hands of Strong. Strong on the right wing, back up top to Sadie. Again, Rihanna is forcing her to the right side. Sadie switches, goes to the left. Goes with the runner. This time she doesn't get it to fall.
Right, and Sadie Epps, that quick step, you cannot afford to take a look off her. One look and she's gone. And Nate Atchison
on the other end can't get the shot to fall that time. Rebound by the Lady Cougars. Good look. Falcons up 3. Nelson. And Nate covering her this time. Going to get the ball to Sadie Epps. Sadie curls inside, throws it high off the glass. Out of control. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by the Cougars. Nelson in the lane. Banks one in.
Those second chance opportunities. I mean, a 3-point game turns into a 1.
Ball in the hands of Raquel Hunt. Now to Ane. Back up top to Harrod. Over to Reagan Carey. Carey spins inside, and they're going to call travel.
Very unfortunate there for Reagan Carey. It looked like a nice spin to give her some leeway to put a layup up, but the referees don't like it.
1:16 to go. 1-point game. It's going to be a close one, folks. Raquel Hunt is going to have to turn. Abby's turn. Can't do it, and if you can't do it, Sadie Epps is going to take you to the rack, and she did that just then. 33-32. Harrod resetting the offense. Back up top to Reagan Carey. Over to Raquel Hunt. Back up top to Harrod. Harrod ball fake, swings it. Ane looks at the three, says she can knock it down. Doesn't fall, but Raquel Hunt gets it.
Great job getting that rebound, putting it right back up. Raquel Hunt headed to the free throw line.
So Raquel Hunt, who has not scored in the second half of this game, she's fouled. Team foul number 4. So Raquel Hunt to the line, trying to get 2 to fall.
And as you mentioned, she was the leading scorer coming out of the first half with 10, and this is our first chance to add to the score column in the second half. First one's off.
Front rims the first one. So returning to the game is Rylan Truitt, and then, of course, Tylee Dotson comes in the game for the Cougars. So let's see if Hunt can knock down the second free throw. And she takes her time, and she does. We're all tied up at 33. 35 seconds to go. And again, you've got Sadie Epps, wants to go left, goes in the lane, shoots with the right, shot no good, rebound by Harrod. Harrod pulls it down, and the hands now of Raquel Hunt. Hunt inside, pulls up with a short jump shot, knocks it down.
The stop and pop is good. She hits the free throw to see the ball
mid-range game will be there all day long for the Falcons. They just got to get to knock down. Raquel Hunt now with 13 points. Brandy Harrod with 12, 10 seconds. Epps drives inside again, kicks it to the outside. 3-point shot attempt. And it finally rolls down. Rylan Truitt knocks it down. And 36-35 as the end of the third goes down, as they were able to finally get a shot to fall. 36-35, so Jamin, time for our First Security Bank recap. If you're looking to make a new bank to help you make your dreams of becoming a homeowner or business owner come true, let First Security Bank make that dream a reality. African-American-owned bank, 405-424-4341. Your thoughts as the Falcons outscored them 17-12 to get back in the game. But those 3-point shots, Jamin, that we've been talking about, you said eventually they're going to fall. They were 1 of 17 in the first. They only took 1 in the third, and they knocked that one down.
I mean, that's what mattered. I mean, it didn't open up for him in the first half, but it did this second one. That was a good job by Rylan Truitt. Now, Millwood, offensively, getting a better stride. Like you said, the mid-range is open. Why not take it? We see Raquel Hunt take it on that last possession. You want to see them keep that up. But Ada, they made adjustments as well, and here Sadie Epps is getting open again.
Sadie Epps was not the main factor as she was. She had 15 first-half points. You're talking about, you're talking about a situation where she had 15 and 2 in 2 quarters of basketball. That last quarter, she had 4. So she's sitting under 20, but you've been able to neutralize her. Rihanna Hill's defense has been spectacular against her. So you're going to have to continue to force her to the right side, not let her go left. That's what she wants to do. Back to live action now. Sadie Epps now has it. So who's stepping out? So right now, Harad's going to pick her up. Dotson has it. Ball in the hands now of Nelson. Back to Sadie Epps. Epps to the right wing. Out to Epps. Harad stepping out on her.
Great job by Millwood in a 1-2-2.
Going to swing it inside into the passing lane. Inside to Tylee, and Tylee's going to get fouled that time. Looks like it's going to be against Rihanna Hill.
Atchison, she got a piece of that there, but good job by Gracie Dotson getting the ball
right
back.
now, I'm not supposed to do this because I'm supposed to be doing the announcing, but I'm talking about getting nervous every time they get the ball down on that block. Harad was in the area. She's got 3 fouls. It'll change the complexity of the game if Harad picks up number 4.
Right, great to mention, Mo.
So Dotson knocks down the free throw. 37-35, 7:25 to go. Falcons only down 2 to work to the corner.
Spacing the floor a lot more.
Try to get the ball inside. It's going to be a steal. Turnover on Rihanna Hill on that pass. Trying to expand the lead. Nelson gets it inside to Dotson. It's going to be deflected. Brandon Harad ends up with the steal. And on the other end, Harad's going to go to the free throw line shooting 2. Did they catch Sadie Epps? Looks like they caught Epps. So team foul number 1, but as they say, as we're in the 4th now, but Epps picked up her 3rd foul. So Harad smooth with that one, and she knocks it down. Falcons down 1.
You mentioned how Ada, they like to play through their bigs, and their bigs play good basketball. But that was a great read there by the Millwood Falcons. They tried to run it through Dotson to kick it out, tie her up quickly.
All over the rim, but it doesn't go down for Harad. Rebound Sadie Epps. And now the Falcons are harassing. And too much pepper on that pass. Rylan Truitt couldn't handle it. Good job by Brandy Harad forcing that turnover. So Campos comes to the game, and also returning to the game is Abby Strong. So Tylee Dotson is out. Also is Carson Woods. Here come the Falcons back to work. Narissa Berry, who's on the floor. Sponsored by Narissa Berry Insurance. It's Anae Atchison, Raquel Hunt, Brandy Harad, Reagan Carey, and Rihanna Hill. As Raquel Hunt's 3-point shot is off.
And Reagan Carey fights to get
Falcons,
it back.
And now Carey gets it, throws it off the glass. She can't get the fall this time.
Rihanna Hill tips that ball, and the Falcons are in a jump ball situation.
Jump ball situation, and it will be Lady Falcon ball. They are earning it. What effort being displayed by the Falcons?
I mean, absolutely. You have to be physical. I mean, even Brandy Harad, when they dump the ball down low to her and she kicks it out to the corner, I mean, she has to fight through 3 Cougars to get off her back.
So now Rihanna Hill has it. Hill going to pull up, and she does.
I mean, nice, easy money, dribble pull up.
I'm going to tell you that. Chris Middleton would have loved that one. And again, turnover as the Falcons are pressing backcourt pressure. And this time Rihanna Hill going to get called with the foul. And the Falcons don't want to do this. Don't want to stack them. So, but Rihanna Hill's 2nd team foul, or her 3rd foul, team foul number 2. Falcons back up by 1. Full court pressure being applied now by the Falcon defense. Up court. Going to swing it. Ball in the hands of Campos. Campos gets it back up top to Nelson. Nelson looking for Sadie. He gets it back in the hands of Sadie Epps. Falcons in a zone.
Nelson wide open for three.
Her three-point shot no good by Nelson. Rebound by Harrod. Ball in the hands of Anae Atchison. Spark plug to the basket, and she lights it up. Bernie Harrod picking up the assist on that. Spark plug's fourth point. Strong across the timeline. Over the hands of Campos. No, that's not Campos. Correct me on that. That's Truitt. So Nelson has it. Nelson to the corner. Now Strong inside to Campos. Campos turns, fire. Shot no good by Campos. Rebound by Harrod. 5:09 to go. Falcons up by 3. Rihanna Hill has it back over to Harrod. Harrod stutter steps inside the lane. Easy kiss off the glass. She misses the bunny. Can't believe that. You never see that from Harrod.
That was a good read there from Harrod. I mean, she got through all 3 levels, getting it to the basket, just couldn't get it to go in the basket.
Shot, 3-point shots, no good. Rebound, chased down by Truitt. Falcons don't rebound in this fourth. They're going to go home with the L. Streak in the basket. So now, Truitt for 3. She can't get it to fall, but another rebound. Pulled down. That's 3 offensive rebounds on this possession. Campos turns around and fires, and now Rihanna Hill picks up a crucial foul. That's her 4th foul, team foul number 4, or team foul number 3 now. So substitution, as Rihanna Hill's gonna have to come out. So Campos at the line, Eva Campos is, and she misses the first one. So Amani's in the game. Campos' second shot. She knocks that one down. So Gracie Dotson's back in the game as Campos comes out. 40-38. Harrod over to Reagan Carey. Carey swings it to the corner. Raquel Hunt back up to Harrod.
Falcons resetting.
Harrod trying to take some time off the clock a little bit.
Double team on Harrod.
So Anae now has it over to Harrod. Harrod inside to Raquel Hunt. Anae fires up a 3 from the right wing. Can't get it to fall that time.
The ball movement there to open up that shot. Just couldn't knock that 3 ball down.
So
Carey picks up her 3rd foul of the evening.
So on that, 14 fouls. Falcons are in dangerous territory here on a close game. The clock stopped and free throw opportunities coming for the Cougars on the Falcons' next foul. Nelson, Falcons in a 3-2 zone, and is doing a great job of slowing down the Cougar offense. Back in the hands of Sadie Epps. Over to Nelson. Back to Epps. A little back and forth action up top, looking to break down the defense. Reagan Carey, don't have to pay attention, gonna swing it back to the outside. Back up, reset. Epps and the Cougars. 2-point game. Ball fake over to Epps. Falcons sitting well. Just under 3 minutes to go in the game.
Coach Albert making a great adjustment deploying this 3-2 defense here, stalling out the Ada Cougars.
All right, ball in the hands of Epps. Bounce pass inside. It's going to be stolen that time by Harrod.
We talked about playing the passing lanes. Falcons execute well.
Harrod. She gets the steal and the deal.
Cougars pushing the ball up.
By 4. Falcons got to reset and get back in that defensive mentality. 2:32 to go.
One of those keys to the game is getting back in transition, playing good transition defense. They do so here, getting back quickly.
Going to work. Nelson has it. Swings it over to the right wing. Back over to Nelson. Nelson fires up a deep 3-point shot. Back rim's no good, but Tylee Dotson gets the rebound. And she gets it and brings them within 2. Ada calls a timeout here. And again, Tylee Dotson, and again, she's using her girth, her size, her mass to basically move into position and basically move the Falcons out. I mean, she's been able to take advantage of that. And so the Falcons are down 2, are up by 2. And if you have to like everything that the Falcons are doing except rebounding. That's the only thing you don't like tonight. They're doing everything right, Jamin. It's just not rebounding.
Right. One glaring stat we'll look at the end of this game is how many second chance opportunities the Cougars got offensively.
You're absolutely right on that. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson here. And if you are watching this game, the Lady Falcons are putting forth a lot of effort. The only thing they're not getting is possibly the rebounding battle, and that's what's allowed the Cougars to stay in. The Falcons have been able to get into the lane, get some easy baskets to fall in the second half, what they couldn't do. Right now in the quarter, the Falcons are outscoring them 7-4. And to me, if they're going to keep going to Tylee Dotson, I might have to bring in Ann Weich or Neve Marzette to try and just help you with the rebounding side of things.
I mean, right. I mean, this is what you want. We talked about getting deep into that lineup, getting 6, 7 deep. I mean, these are young players that would get valuable minutes here.
Harrod going to swing it over to Raquel Hunt on the left wing. Over to Harrod. Harrod's in the lane, backs it out, resets. 1:55 to go. This is crunch time now. Harrod inside the lane, swings it. Kicks it back up above the circle. The Falcons are taking their time. Ball nearly stolen, and that time, dangerous pass. But Harrod was able to get it. Harrod just taking her time getting up. She's going to be just fine. Imani Atchison comes out of the game. And Rihanna Hill returns. So now will be Falcon balls. That's team foul number 2 against the Cougars. So Campos and Tylee Dotson are out. Now in the hands of Rihanna Hill. Inside to Harrod. And on the backside, they caught Rylan Truitt. And she's going to be her third foul, team foul number 3. Falcons are racking it up. Trying to get to that free throw line. Raquel Hunt now has it. Raquel Hunt. Back in the hands of Anae Atchison, just under half court. Anae spins inside the lane, drives, goes with the Euro and finishes with the right hand. Beautiful move to the basket goes Anae Atchison.
That Euro was nasty, Mo. My face is still tore up now. Great job by Anae Atchison.
All right, going to work here. Ball in the hands now. Sadie Epps. Falcons in that zone have cut down her driving lanes. Going to swing it back out to Carson Woods, who's in the game. Nelson over to Truitt, back over to Nelson, up top to Epps. Corner. Working the ball around the perimeter. Under a minute to go now. Rihanna Hill goes for the steal. Ball's going to get knocked out. And Rihanna Hill takes a breath. Did you see that? She took a breath.
Sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief, saying that she hopes she didn't get called for the foul. Right. Substitution as Campos is going to come in the game.
Ada Cougars on that last possession playing 5 out, moving that ball around the world.
So Carson Woods out, and they're going to bring back in Ava Campos. So now Sadie Epps trying to draw a screen. Back up top, Falcons reset, 3-2 zone. Ball in the corner. They're going to throw it out. Raquel had a notion to go after it. Reagan Carey comes up with the steal.
Almost falls, but she gets it to Brandy Harrod. She crosses midcourt.
And timeout called by Coach Albert. 33.6 seconds to go. 4-point game, Falcons on top. What a job that last couple of possessions. What a job of what they're doing.
Great job locking in defensively. And like we mentioned, I mean, this team is going to go as far as the defense takes them, and they're really locking in the key minutes here.
It is a A+ Lawn Services timeout, and you hear it's the wood. And coming out of this, the Falcons will have the ball. The object here is they have 2 fouls to give. So you have to understand that they're going to come after you now. Play the passing lanes, because when you're up by 4 with 33 seconds to go, you got to have 2 possessions. So you got to extend it. So if you're the Falcons, you want to secure it, know that you're going to go to the free throw line, and you want to make sure you block things out. That's what you want to do.
Right, block out, and we've done a good job here in the second half with our free throws. Got to knock them down. I mean, they become vital in the game in a situation like this.
All right. Raquel Hunt to inbound the ball. And she's going to throw it into the backcourt to Anae Atchison. So, ball is going to be, so discussion here at half court because they thought it was over and back. But it's going to be her 5th foul called against Abby Strong. So she's, her night is done. So they're going to have to wait to the substitution, but that's team foul number 4 coming. So the discussion was on that inbound pass, because it's out of bounds after a timeout,
right?
You can come behind the half-court line. So Campos comes to the Campos. Campos comes to the game now. So the Falcons are going to have to get the ball inbounded. So Rihanna Hill's going to throw it in. Falcons going to have to stack high, see if they can get the ball inbounded. And Reagan Carey does have it. And they're going to call the foul on Nelson. And Nelson looks surprised. I don't think she wanted to foul her yet. Yeah, but that is team foul number 5. So now Reagan Carey goes to the free throw line, shooting 2. Carey, excellent free throw shooter. Sweet, sweet string music. Reagan Carey knocks down free throw number 1, 45-40. Second foul is true for Reagan Carey, going 2 for 2 at the line, 6-point game. It is a 2-possession game now. Falcons just got to fall back. 25 seconds to go. Could have been a carry there. Didn't call it. Firing up a 3-point shot this time is Woods. Campos gets the rebound, and she's going to lose it. And the ball's going to be stolen by Harrod. And that will do it with 10 seconds on the clock. And going to bounce pass it over to Anae. Anae driving around with 1 second on the clock. And the Falcons are victorious, winning by the score of 46-40. The Falcons extend the winning streak to 4. We're going to see if we can get Brandy Harrod to stop by our table for just a second here. And we'll talk to her coming up here. Brandy Harrod finished the night as our Super Prep Big O's Pork and Dreams player of the game. So we're going to bring over Raquel Hunt and talk to her. Going to give her a chance to catch her breath for a second here. How you doing, Raquel? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, it was a tough game out there tonight. What you ladies were playing a good brand of defense, but the officials tonight kind of changed that up. What was Coach Albert telling you guys tonight that you needed to do?
She was basically just telling us that we already knew what it was. We already knew what the official was on and everything, so just go out there and play ball like we know how to.
Now, with that being said, you ladies made a great adjustment in the second half, took great control of this game. What was the moment when you thought you were able to regain control of this game?
When we in there just talking with each other, we just basically tell each other we got to have confidence with each other, slow the ball down, not being selfish, just work together as a team.
Now, they were running you ragged in the first half. You ended up with like 10 points in the first half of this game. You were doing a great job of releasing, but they had a lot of players with that motion offense up top. How did you find the win to get that done?
Really halftime, just halftime.
Halftime. So now your team has won 4 games in a row. Where do you think this team is playing at? What kind of level do you think this team is playing at right now?
Really, I don't know. We don't worry about that. We just go out there and play basketball.
All right, Jamie, you got a question for us?
You really took mine, Mo. That was the one I was running. I mean, y'all have done a great job.
Thank you.
So what's one thing that you say this team still needs to do better in to continue as you get ready for games? You guys won 4 in a row now, looking everything good, playing all styles of ball. What's the next step for this team?
Honestly, we just got to work on our help defense because that's where we lacking at, and then just trusting each other.
Raquel, congratulations.
Thank
we thank you for stopping by the scorer's table with us.
Thank you.
Our player of the game, Raquel Hunt, tonight, folks. She lit it up in the first half and led this team, making all the key plays down the stretch.
I mean, absolutely as such. I mean, great job finishing this game here. Now we got a 4-game winning streak. And you want to see them carry this on next week when they take on Oklahoma Christian on Tuesday.
So Raquel Hunt leads the way for the team. She was not the leading scorer. Brandy Harrod was the leading scorer tonight, but Raquel Hunt made the plays in the first half that established the team, that gave them the best chance to win. So we're going to take a break here as we're officially at intermission and get you ready to talk about the boys game in just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Basketball, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And with today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation president, also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal. And you have a great day.
Thank you.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
welcome back. We're at intermission, but you are here watching Millwood Falcon basketball here in Ada, America. Tonight at the Ada Activity Center. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call here. Ada Cougars are up next in terms of the boys. And I got to tell you, Jamin, we saw this game already during the John Noble tournament. And let me tell you, what do you remember about that last matchup?
A sneak peek, if you will. I remember Devon McAllister doing a lot of work, doing a lot of the scoring for the Cougars. And you had to really watch out for Karan Richardson. He was kind of sneaky in that 15 and out, and he could really get you. So you got to watch out.
Yeah, he was. In that particular game, the Millwood Falcons won by 1 point. They defeated them 2 points, 55-53 in the John Noble tournament. But I remember is every time the Falcons thought they got rolling, here come the Cougars. And now you have to take an advantage here that they're at home. They are playing in front of a home crowd. We saw the officiating in the game kind of play an impact on how the game was played, not necessarily called, but I'm going to say, yes, I'm saying it backwards. How they called the game affected how the game played. And so you got to be cautious of that tonight and be willing to adjust if you're Ada. Now, as far as Dorian Williams' squad is, they're dropped 2 spots in the polls. They're currently ranked number 5. They're coming off a win beating Heritage Hall on Tuesday. And when I'm sitting here looking at this Falcons overall, you're talking about a team now that's trying to get into form, into playing into playoff mode now. This team is going to have to still learn to execute. They're still without key players, still without Zaire Fisher, still without Chance Davis, but you're still without Isaiah Wilkes. So this turns into a game now where you had to ask the question on who was going to find their role and find their piece. Well, we saw that in the game against Heritage Hall as Amari Barrett found his way in the offense. Zahn is always going to be Zahn. He's like glue. He can do his thing. Then you saw key plays being made also by Donovan Knight. You saw key contributions, but you saw guys understanding their roles and getting a lot more comfortable in the game. So I expect that tonight. Now, in the game we did against John Noble just a couple of weeks ago, Christopher Clay had a great game.
Yes, he did.
That was the game that we saw Barrett start getting busy in the game. So I think the weapons are here. I think we're going to be in tune for a great second matchup tonight. Now, as far as the Ada Cougars are concerned, they are 7-3 in their last 2 on a 2-game winning streak. Kyle Caulfield is their coach. They're 14-5. They are ranked number 9 in Class 4A. So this is a ranked match, folks. And anytime you have a ranked match, things are going to be popping. So absolutely. I'm excited to see what that is. What would be your keys to the game for this one?
I mean, keys to the game is getting back on defense, absolutely. I mean, this is a great defensive team, but like you said, it was a close game last time, so you don't want to get in the way of that. I remember at halftime, this team had 4 steals, but they also had 4 turnovers, so they couldn't really capitalize off of some of the good things that they do. And some of these younger guys, I mean, they're getting the playing time so they can be ready for the playoffs, but it might be them. So they're finding their role within this team and getting over that hump of the injuries from the Falcons.
All right, time for the starting lineup for the Millwood Falcons.
Sophomore number 3, Amari Bennett. Sophomore number 5, Chris Clay. Junior number 20, Donovan Knight. And freshman number 35, Brayden Bradshaw.
So your starters for the Falcons, Narissa Berry, who's on the floor, sponsored by Narissa Berry Insurance, would like to help you get the best insurance coverage for the right price. 405-547-0595. It's Zahn Williams, Amari Barrett, Chris Clay, Donovan Knight, and Braylon Bradshaw are your starters for tonight. Here are the starters for the Cougars.
At guard, 6'1", senior number 2, Devon McAllister. At forward, 6'3", senior number 11, Carter Cologne. At guard, 6'3", junior number 23, Tremaine Gray. At forward, 6'3", senior number 25, George Maddox. And forward, 6'1", junior number 33, Keith Cook.
All right, who do you have as the starters for Jamin Dawson for the Ada Cougars?
We have number 2, Devon McAllister, number 11, Carter Cologne, number 23, Tremaine Gray, number 25, George Maddox, and number 33, Keith Cook.
Now, we saw some great play also last time from during the game from LaCavian Richardson. He played well. And we also saw some good minutes off the bench from Karan Richardson, who also played in the game. So jumping up, and Braylon Bradshaw's going to jump it up against Carter Cologne. And let's see what the Falcons are ready to do. Here we go. Actions kicks off. Friday night basketball, boys basketball on the way. Ball in the hands now of Gray. Gray being picked up by Christopher Clay. Amari Barrett almost goes for the steal there. Ball on the left wing, inside now to Gray. Three-point shot wide open. Shot no good, but rebound by Ada. Great ball skills is Devin McAllister. Young man is extremely talented. Ball on the left wing. Gray drives it inside. High off the glass, shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Donovan Knight. On the other end, Zahn to the basket. He can't get it to fall that time.
Little contact there from Williams.
Ball ends up in the hands of Christopher Clay, who finally gets it. Nice job as Chris Clay comes up with the steal. Firing the ball up to Zahn. Zahn inside, cutting to the basket, Amari Barrett. He drops the biscuit in the basket.
And ball movement, I mean, that's going to be a big thing here. We got a lot of young guys. This is a young starting lineup compared to the early games on in the season.
All right, going to work. Ball on the left wing. Amari Barrett picks up Cologne. Devin McAllister. Switch, double team.
Great job, Braylon Bradshaw getting off that screen.
Ball moving around, and the ball's going to be knocked out by Donovan Knight. Nice job by Knight. Knight, who has been starting over the last 3 to 4 games, is really starting to settle in and really making impact on the game. Defensively, he knocked down some key three-pointers in the game against Heritage Hall that gave the Falcons the momentum that they needed. Going back to work. McAllister inbounds it into Gray. Gray backs it up, swings it. McAllister for three. McAllister's shot is no good. Rebound by Cologne.
Good job, Amari Barrett, on that closeout.
And then getting it on the other end is Gray. All tied up at 2. Swings it over. Chris Clay fires a three, and he is the three.
Just like you talked about, Donovan Knight, he's done some good things for this team. Great vision. They're getting it to Christopher Clay. And in the last matchup, Christopher Clay had 19 points.
Back to work. Working it. Trap at half court. Going to be a jump ball situation. Nice job by Amari Barrett tying up McAllister right there, right in front of the scorer's table. 6:06 to go. Falcons up 5-3 by the score of 5-2. Barrett over to Zahn Williams. Zahn, left wing, gets it over to Braylon Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets cut in backdoor. Amari Barrett.
Great job by Amari Barrett making that quick cut.
Oh, it was
Carter Cologne off guard.
Great pass. I mean, great basket by Barrett. Better pass by Bradshaw. Gray gets the screen. Bradshaw steps out on him. And it's a two-point basket that time for Tremaine Gray. Amari Barrett over to Donovan Knight. Donovan. Cross court over to Clay. Clay looking for a screen. He gets one. Fires it. Can't get it to fall that time. Going to be over the back this time by Braylon Bradshaw.
And Clay, he's feeling it early as he knocks down that first three on the right wing. Gets it quickly, puts it up another one.
So it will be Cougar ball. Ball in the hands of McAllister now. Falcons up 3. Team foul situation, the Falcons have 1, and that's Bradshaw with the only Falcon team foul. McAllister, left wing, inside, gonna swing it out. McAllister, inside. Short jump shot from the corner, short corner shot.
Over the back on Gray.
So over the back called on Gray, team foul number 1 on Tremaine Gray. Seven to 4. Christopher Clay fires it back up. Amari Barrett up high, down inside to Bradshaw, who misses the bunny. Chris Clay gets it.
Drive and kick there by Amari Barrett, try to get it to Bradshaw, but good job by Clay getting that back, getting it in the bucket.
Falcons aggressive. Tremaine Gray. And going to catch Chris Clay on that one. Chris Clay caught him with the shoulder.
Tried to sneak in there and get that get that ball out. Amari Barrett playing good on ball pressure.
Team foul number 2. It's kind of like low-hanging fruit when you see the ball bouncing and you don't think your opponent is watching. You just tend to go over there and just, I can get it. I know I can get it. As McAllister goes to the basket, all the way to the rim and scores. Knocks the lead down to 3. Clay. Over to Barrett. Back over to Clay. Inside over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw spins, turns and fires. Shot by Bradshaw, no good. Rebound, Cougars. McAllister breaking down the defense, and the ball's going to get knocked loose and to get tipped back in the hands of number 33, Cook. And it's going to be a foul called against Donovan Knight on the scramble.
Didn't quite get possession of the ball there. That was a good job by Millwood getting down court in transition to get on defense.
So Karan Richardson comes in the game, also does Fisher Marr. He's in the game for Cook and also Carter Colomb. So Tremaine Gray cross court over to Richardson. Richardson, as Amari Barrett steps out. And then going to swing it inside. Basket by Mars, no good. Rebound by Bradshaw, he can't get it. And so inside basket, no good. So Adrian Anderson Nelson is getting in for Christopher Clay, who comes out for his first breather. Falcons still up 3, 3:44 to go. And they tried to get the ball into Tremaine Gray. He couldn't maintain possession of the ball. It's going to be a turnover. 9-6. So far in the contest right now, the Falcons are shooting 4 of 8 from the floor, 50% field goals, 40%. So now Isaiah Wilson's in the game for Zon Williams. So Isaiah hands off to Donovan Knight, over to Adrian Anderson Nelson. Swing it back top to Wilson. Wilson. Donovan Knight draws inside, swings it back out to Nelson. Nelson drives in the lane, tries to drive a bounce pass in, and it's going to be off the foot of a Cougar defender. Falcons up 3. They're going to inbound it underneath the goal. And the ball is going to be thrown away. Turnover by Wilson there.
Tried to throw it towards the baseline so Nelson could go get it just a little too far outside.
So let's see here. Zon Williams is in. Amari Barrett gets a breather. 9-6. Donovan Knight covering Richardson. Richardson across the timeline now. Richardson, the sophomore, drives into the lane. Tries to get it off the basket with the scoop shot. Ball trickles out to McAllister. McAllister, and he backs it out. Resets. McAllister over to Tremaine Gray. Falcons doing a great job switching on defense. Zon Williams steps out on him. Going to swing it out. Too much pepper on the pass.
And that turnover, I mean, was just pressure from the Millwood defense there.
So Chris Clay comes in the game for Donovan Knight. Aggressive substitution pattern being deployed here by Dorian Williams tonight. 9-6. As all Falcons have been out for about a 20-second blow. Back up top to Braylon Bradshaw. In fact, he's the only one who has not had a moment to step out. Clay going to swing it out to Nelson. Nelson in, pulls up, elbow jump shot is blocked. But Zon Williams, Johnny on the spot, and he gets it.
Zon Williams hanging out on the baseline, ready to come clean that up. Second chance points. Great job by the Falcons.
Falcons back up by 5. Richardson inside the lane is going to give it up now to his, I won't say the other Richardson, but it's Lakavian. Lakavian inside the lane, has the ball deflected. Going to be stolen by Bradshaw. Zon to the basket he goes, lays it in.
Looks like he almost wanted to load that up for a dunk there as a defender tried to meet him at the rim.
13-6 we go. Karan Richardson back to Lakavian Richardson. Richardson boys on the floor. On the left wing, Lakavian into the lane, goes with the runner. The right hand can't get it to fall. So Mark Presley comes in the game for Isaiah Richardson. Or excuse me, not Isaiah Richardson. Isaiah Wilson. Mark Presley's in. 13-6, 1:35 to go. Falcons settle in nicely here in Ada. Clay backs it out. Hands off to Nelson. Nelson spins down the lane. Nelson finishes with the left hand. Beautiful at the basket.
Great job. And that contact doesn't matter. You want to hang on, you're going for a ride.
15-6. 9-point advantage.
Falcons press.
All right. Richardson to Richardson. Ball's going to be deflected. Nice job by the Falcons. Dorian Williams clapping, imploring the Falcons to continue to pour it on the defensive side. So Dominic White in the game now, as he's in for
great
pass
job.
is going to be deflected. Mark Presley gets it. Presley into the lane, throws it up high, and Presley gets it to fall.
That was a tough lay. Put his back to the defender for a second, trying to shield himself.
Into the lane, throws it up high, and Presley gets it to fall.
Throw that in. Foul's called on Lindsey.
So Zon Williams is out. Again, constantly switching up the matchups now. So now (17-6). Falcons in control. Up by 11 now. Ball in the hands of Karan Richardson, who throws it into Lakavian Richardson. But now the ball's outside the perimeter. Working it in, Lakavian gets the basket. Going to get fouled on the attempt.
Chris Clay was coming over there to get Lindsey. Got a hand on that. Sends him to the free throw line. First time
team foul number 4. Falcons have been all over the place. Still up by 11 right now. So Clay comes out after picking up what will be his second foul. Zon returns, along with Amari Barrett. Lakavian Richardson's free throw attempt is no good. Chased down that time by Mark Presley. Over to Zon Williams. Zon pulls up, short corner jump shot is pure. Sweet string music that time. 19-8. 9 seconds to go.
Zon stealing the ball, trying to bounce it off of Richardson's leg. Cougars maintain possession.
6.6 seconds to go. Like the Falcons remember this game. Pressure being applied. McCollister ends up with it. Comes inside, elbow jump shot by McCollister is good.
And he puts it up quick. I mean, his game's very quick.
And at the end of the first is 19-10. Falcons doing a great job. Time for our First Security Bank recap. First Security Bank, proud to be a sponsor of Millwood Falcon Broadcast. Interested in becoming your bank? Check them out, 405-424-4341. They're a member FDIC, an African-American owned bank. Jamin, your thoughts on the first quarter?
I mean, pressure pays off. I mean, Millwood is doing a great job putting pressure on the Ada Cougars, making it really tough for them any shot they get, and being very efficient offensively. I mean, taking great shots, all mid-range, getting to the paint. I mean, this is what you want to see. I mean, you want to see them come into somebody else's house and continue the efficiency that they've been carrying on the past 2 games.
I'm glad you said the word efficiency. How about this? Only 1 turnover by the Falcons in the first quarter. The Falcons are shooting in field goals 9 of 14, 64%. 1 of 2 for 3, 50%. 8 of 12 on 2s. That is 67%. So you're talking about a team getting the job done. 6 assists and 5 rebounds. The Cougars, on the other hand, are shooting field goals 5 of 12, 42%. 0 of 3 from deep. 5 of 9 from inside the painted area, but 4 turnovers, and that has led to explosions in the Falcons' offense. Time to start the second quarter back to live action. So the Falcons want to pressure in the backcourt. Get the ball out of the hands of McCollister. McCollister has it. Amari Barrett with the steal. Barrett to the basket. He gets the steal And he gets the deal. 21-10.
I mean, this is improvement. I mean, it's been a couple weeks, but they finally get to capitalize off some of those turnovers.
I've been waiting for the bark and dog defense, and the Falcons have brought it back. Adrian Anderson-Nelson covering Tremaine Gray right now. On the floor for the Falcons. Dominic White, Adrian Anderson-Nelson, Donovan Knight, Zon Williams, and Amari Barrett. Good job by the Falcons overall, applying great pressure. Swinging to the outside, Tremaine Gray drives inside, gets to the basket, and they're going to catch a blocking foul on Adrian Anderson-Nelson. Team foul number 1, his first foul. 7:07 to go.
The Cougars definitely bailed out there with that one. They tried to get the ball to a roller on that right side. It doesn't work out. Tremaine Gray tries to go to the basket, gets him back to the free throw line.
What Dorian Williams is doing this time is employing kind of like a mass substitution as Tremaine Gray gets that first free throw to fall. Substitution as Lakavian Richardson comes into the game. And out comes Keith Cook. Tremaine Gray's second free throw is in and out. Lakavian Richardson gets the rebound and then scores the basket. Makes it a 7-point margin just in the blink of an eye. It's a 3-point free throw. Zon Williams, bounce pass over to Amari Barrett. Barrett, ball fakes, goes inside, tries to get it to Dominic White. He wasn't ready for it. And one thing that you got to do is Barrett's passes. So Braylon Bradshaw comes in for Dominic White now. Is when you got a big, get the ball up high. Don't make them go down low, especially when they're moving toward the basket.
Right, nothing good for a big when that ball's down low. Great job picking that off.
Speaking of that, Braylon Bradshaw with the steal.
And he takes it coast to coast.
Oh, he can't get it to fall. Rebound that time by Keith Cook.
McAllister crossing half court, driving left for the floater, bounces off the front of the rim. Amari Barrett gets the rebound.
Barrett brings it over. The Falcons have numbers. Zon to the corner, back over to Zon. Zon fires a three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Pulled down by the Cougars. Ball in the hands of Colomb now, and then rolling to the basket late goes Keith Cook. And in a blink, here come the Cougars now getting a little bit of a momentum back. Makes it a 6-point margin. Under 6 to go. Zon slows it down. Ball in the hands of Nelson. Fires it back top to Zon. Zon draws the screen. Spins it out. Nelson up top. Nelson ball fakes. Swings it over to Donovan Knight. Barrett resets. Bradshaw calls for it, and they're going to call a foul, a moving screen on Bradshaw. Barrett didn't give him a chance to get set. When you want to set up a screen, you got to let the big man get set.
Got to let him get set. I mean, he's the key factor in the whole role.
And the whole process. Falcons pick up team foul number 2. They're up by 6. Colomb now has it. Zon meets him in the backcourt. Colomb gets it down to Lakavian Richardson, who scores it 21-17. Now Barrett has it, backs up. Falcons need a reset on the offensive end. The Cougar defense is locking in now, starting to warm up on that side of the ball. Christopher Clay's now in the game, along with Mark Presley. And then Clay goes to the basket and he scores.
Great response from Chris Clay entering the game.
So Clay scores the basket that time. And then loses the ball on the other end. It's going to be a turnover.
Tremaine Gray tried to dish that over to Lindsey. Just a little too much heat on that one. Lindsey couldn't get possession.
So Clay comes out just after getting a basket. Don't want him to pick up the fall. Isaiah Wilson comes in. So Braylon Bradshaw is also out. Mark Presley is in. Zon Williams, Donovan Knight, Amari Barrett, all on the floor. Zon high off the glass. He can't get it to fall that time.
Lindsey
Rebound.
leading the break.
And Richardson has the ball knocked out of his hands. Nice hustle by Donovan Knight. Again, hitting the jets to get down the floor.
I mean, you had to. You saw Lindsey. He was loading up there for a dunk. He even snatches the rim as the ball loses his hands.
Tremaine Gray Fires it over to LaCavian Richardson. Inside to Colomb. Colomb, spin move. Shot by Colomb is no good. Rebound pulled down by Mark Presley.
Great job standing firm by Amari Barrett.
Donovan Knight spins baseline. Shot no good for him. Back and forth we go. In the lane goes McAllister. He can't get it to fall that time. Rebound by Isaiah Wilson. Up to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight lays it in nicely. 2-point basket.
Good vision by young player Isaiah Wilson.
Up to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight lays it in nicely. 2-point basket. 8-point lead, 3:59 to go. It's another A+ Lawn Services timeout. Would you like your home lawn service or home lawn or business lawn to look green, full, and healthy? Let Milo Wilson and the staff take great care of you. Call for your appointment, 405-535-5139. That's 405-535-5139. Maurice Prince and Damon Dawson on the call here, listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. You know, the Falcons responded wonderfully to the spurt by Ada. In the quarter right now, Ada's was outworking the Falcons. I think they jumped out on a 6-0 run to start the quarter, but since then, on a quarter, but right now it's 7-6 in terms of scoring in the quarter. Got to get my tongue from being tied right now, folks. Gonna have to get something to drink here in a minute. But 25-17 to go. What is your thoughts on how the Falcons responded to that burst by the Cougars?
I mean, playing great. I mean, defensively, they're holding on. I mean, they had a good couple possessions, the Ada Cougars, but as soon as Tremaine Gray turned that ball over, I mean, the Falcons smelled blood and they got right back to work.
Backcourt pressure being applied by LaCavian Richardson. Swings it over to Tremaine Gray. Ball in the hands now of Kay Stafford. Inside, high shot by Deontay Lindsay, who's in the game. He missed it.
Lindsay comes up, he pries that ball loose. Gets it to Donovan Knight, who kicks it to Barrett, puts up the three and misses.
All right, going back to work. Come the Ada Cougars. Falcons still up 8. So driving inside, shot. Can't get it to fall that time. Rebound by Isaiah Wilson, who slows it down. Cougars had numbers getting back on defense. So now Dorian Williams makes a change. Zahn standing on the logo. Lindsay picking him up. Kicks it to the corner. Donovan Knight for 3. I don't know if that was supposed to call glass or not.
Hey, it made it to the bank though, Mo.
It sure did. Nice assist by Zahn Williams as Donovan Knight now has 5 points. Backcourt, pressure being applied against LaCavian Richardson. Deontay Lindsay comes to get it. Stafford gets it over to Richardson. There's going to be a jump ball situation, and it will be Falcon ball.
Great job by Isaiah Wilson. He tipped that ball there, and then it got tied up with Amari Barrett getting possession.
So Karan Richardson comes in the game, and coming out goes LaCavian Richardson. So you've got Donovan Knight out, and you also have Mark Presley out. So Nelson is returned, and also for the first time getting action is Kelston Young. Zahn. Amari Barrett rocking the cradle, can't get the shot to fall that time. Rebound by the Cougars. Devon McAllister across the timeline with 2:13 to go. He swings it to Lindsay. Up to Karan Richardson, who fires a deep three-point shot. The bank is open in Ada, too, as he knocks that down.
I mean, for both players, I mean, knock down the open shot. It's open, why not take it?
Zahn has it. Falcons reset. Dorian Williams calls a timeout, asks for a full timeout being called on the floor right now. So full timeouts on the floor. It gives us a chance to thank our other sponsors for tonight's contest: Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A+ Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threed's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wings Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. You know, when we start talking about Super Prep is one of the premier sporting outlets and featuring the very best in high school and college student athletes in the city, state, and nation. Super Prep can be found on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and all social media platforms at Super Prep OK. Shout out Miles Perry. 28-20. You know, Jamin, when we start looking at this game overall, the ebbs and flows of this game, the ball, because the Falcons are displaying the effort, the Cougars, whenever they make the run, the Falcons just keep cranking up the pressure and doing a great job tonight.
I mean, doing a great job forcing turnovers, forcing Ada into some very tough shots. I mean, I watched Amari Barrett alter a multitude of shots just by his great defense and not fouling.
So back to live action now. We got Wilson, Barrett, Young, Nelson, and Zon Williams on the floor. Zon has it. Falcons just want to finish this strong. Nelson hands off to Isaiah Wilson. Wilson back to Zon. Zon pulls up. Shot inside, no good, and going to catch Kelston Young over the back that time. Kelston Young picks up his first foul, team foul number 3. No fouls against Ada. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is right, 0-1-0-1. Ada only has 1 foul called against him tonight, which is crazy.
Hey, but they are at home, though. Something to note.
Karan Richardson to the basket strong, and he scores 28-22. So mishandle on the inbound play, so it was not a turnover.
Yeah, Richardson, I mean, he's going up strong. I mean, he shoulder bumped Wilson so much so it knocked his hair tie off his dreads.
Zon. Hand off to Nelson. Over to Wilson. Wilson back to Zon. Zon back over to Kelston Young. Kelston Young wants to fire, decides to reload. Nelson fires a 3 and drains it, knocks it down. Adrian Anderson Nelson knocks down a big shot off the Kelston Young assist. 31-22, 46 seconds to go. Falcon defense is pouring it on tonight. They didn't leave the defense in the city as there's going to be a turnover there on a bad pass.
And I mean, that's what happens. I mean, if they don't get the turnover there, they will force one. They make plenty tough situations for the Ada Cougars to get it going in transition. They can't find a way.
Isaiah Wilson's out as Donovan Knight returns to the game. 38.7 seconds to go. So Zon needs to get it across the timeline. He just did. Zon. Hand over to Nelson. Back up top to Amari Barrett. Over to Zon. 12 seconds on the clock. Zon kicks it out. Barrett ball fakes, drives inside the lane. And they're going to call it contact. First foul of the quarter for the Ada Cougars comes with 7.4 seconds to go. How many quarters in this game we've called so far?
We've called 2.
That's how many fouls they have.
Hey, but where are we?
I'm just saying. I mean, a whole lot of good basketball being played and only 2 fouls? Really?
Hey, I'm just saying the referee's kind of scouting there. I don't
5 seconds on the clock. Amari Barrett spins inside. Turn! Shot! What was that?
What a
Amari
job.
Barrett spun. Elbow jump shot. Drains it as time expires. What was that?
The shot creation by Amari Barrett. I mean, he has a lot in his bag that he hasn't let out. He gets a shot there with a few seconds on the clock.
Oh, my. Man, I need a break after that one.
I mean, some people might not recognize who he is. He usually has his hair braided up, but he's got it real loose, and he's playing loose right now.
Doing a great job tonight. We'll talk about it during the Millwood and Richmond Foundation halftime report. I need a breather. I need something to drink. Let me get some water. Woo, what a play. What a shot to end it. Falcons up 33-22. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Basketball, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation President, also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board Vice President.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Richmond Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast, and today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation President, also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board Vice President.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Richmond Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my admin, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Welcome back to the Millwood and Richmond Foundation Halftime Report. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson here. The Millwood and Richmond Foundation is raising $25,000 to help take care of the teachers and scholarships for its Millwood students. There might be a need. There might be some food insecurities. There might be some supplies that's needed. The Millwood and Richmond Foundation takes care of those problems, not necessarily getting things for the football team, the basketball team, the sports programs. No, this helps the students get better education at Millwood. So, you want to donate? I can tell you how to do that. Open up Cash App right now. Go to $ Millwood Enrich OKC. That's $ Millwood Enrich, ENRICH OKC. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on here. Tonight's game is being brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. And taking a look at some of the statistics for the Ada Cougars, the Falcon defense has a lot to do with this, but as a team, they are shooting field goals total in the game, 10 of 22, 45%. 1 of 3 from 3, 25%. 9 of 8 for 2, 50%. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Now, the Falcons aren't influencing the free throw shots, Jamin, but they are having an impact of what intensity that they're bringing on the defensive side of the ball. They've created 8 first-half turnovers against the Cougars, and the Falcons on the other side, they're just doing well. What stands out to you from the Falcons in your mindset?
I mean, 56% from the field. They're cut down on turnovers. We got 2 so far. 7 fouls, yes, but we haven't crossed that 5-foul threshold to give them free throws. So I think we're doing a pretty good job here so far.
Now, in terms of high-flying Falcons, we got several Falcons in the scoring book right now, led right now by Amari Barrett with 8, Chris Clay next with 7, Zahn with 6, Adrian Anderson Nelson with 5, Donovan Knight with 5, and Mark Presley with 2. So you're getting it from all different angles. It's not just one person to key on. A lot of people are contributing to this.
Right, doing a great job sharing the basketball as well. I mean, especially in transition, it's good to see Falcons dish that ball off, keep moving it to an open man. If you move the ball well, good things will happen.
All right, so what do you want to see here in the third quarter? What do the Falcons need to do to maintain this lead in your eyes?
Just keep up the defensive intensity. No lapses on defense. There have been some times where we might take our eyes off. I mean, Ada's been granted some good fouls here, but I mean, just staying locked in defensively, keeping your foot on the gas so you can extend the lead. And
also, Dorian Williams, head coach for the Falcons, have unleashed. It's not platooning. Platooning is when you do mass substitution, 5 for 5, 4 for 4. But instead what he's doing is cycling the players in quickly. What that's allowing to happen here is Millwood to maintain its defensive intensity throughout, because every time you try to reload, you're seeing a fresh new body, a fresh new set of legs, a fresh new attitude coming on the floor. And these guys have been able to do it without fouling, and they've been able not to put Ada on the free throw line. So the clock's burning away while Millwood's putting points on the board.
Right, absolutely, and it's a lot of young players putting their footprint on this game. I mean, we got 3 young players in the starting lineup. We got 2 sophomores, a freshman, and 1 junior, 1 senior on the floor right now. So, I mean, this is great experience for the Falcons.
So the original starters are back on the floor. That's Braylon Bradshaw, the freshman, Donovan Knight, Chris Clay, Amari Barrett, and Zahn Williams. As we get ready, and we're back set for live action right now. Let's get ready to watch some ball, folks. Falcons want to go home. Both teams want a clean sweep down here in Ada, America. No, it's raining back home, and I want to thank you for spending your Friday night with us, watching on PPBC TV. Remember, coming up next Tuesday, the Falcons will be against OCS. You can watch that here on PPBC TV. Going to work right now. The Cougars. Tremaine Gray's on the floor for them, along with Keith Cook, Greg Maddox. I got to make sure I get the other one. Chris Colomb and Devin McAllister on the floor. So Tremaine Gray getting a foul call, so it will be Falcon basketball now. Falcons up 11, 33-22 as we started. Double-digit lead. Can the Falcons still play like the score 0-0? Let's find out. Zahn goes to work now. Hand off to Clay. Clay over to Donovan Knight. Back over to Zahn. Handing it off at the top. And then at the top, blocking foul is going to be called. Second team foul. So I guess now that Ada's got the same amount of fouls as they had in the first half, should I feel better about my comment? Should I?
Just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Zahn at the free throw line. I'll feel better if he knocks down a free throw. How about that? Zahn. True to form, knocks it down. Gets one more. Falcons clear out. Zahn takes his time and knocks it down. I love that.
I held my tongue so I didn't jinx him, but Zion Williams has overcome some free throw struggles. I mean, great job to start this half with forcing a turnover, getting to the free throw line, knocking them both down.
So Amari Barrett ends up coming up with the steal on the other end, but the Falcons cannot collapse. Cannot.
Yeah, Zion Williams went for that dunk there, and the ball just didn't like it. Popped right back out.
Ball inside to Tremaine Gray. He can't get it to score. Nice defense there on that side. Affecting that was Braylon Bradshaw.
Keith Cook on that driving kick just didn't go.
And Zahn turned the corner and tried to fire the ball out, but nobody was home. 35-22.
Keith Cook on the inbound for the Cougars.
Ball in the hands now of Cologne. Back over to McCollister. McCollister drives it in. Ball's tapped out by Amari Barrett as he went for the steal there. Almost got it. Ball's knocked out by him. 35-22.
That was Amari Barrett that forced that first steal on the first possession of the second half.
Cologne. And they're going to catch Zahn on the arm bar. His first foul, team foul number 1, 6:46 to go. And Dorian is smiling at Zahn, Zahn smiling at Coach Williams, and they almost lost it out of bounds there. Cologne going to swing it over to Maddox. Back up top, Keith Cook. Cook inside to Cologne. Cologne is going to catch Braylon Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to foul him on the arm. So both teams are all tied up with fouls apiece at 2. And now Carter Cologne to the free throw line, the senior. Shoot 2. Knocks down number 1.
Carter Cologne baiting those 2 Falcons into fouls as Braylon Bradshaw is subbed out for Mark Presley.
Second shot by Cologne, gets it down to an 11-point margin. Donovan Knight fires it back. Dangerous pass by Christopher Clay. Almost unleashed a 3-quarter court pass. Zahn standing just inside half court. Zahn inside.
Great
Tries a behind the back pass. Didn't fool everybody. And on the inside, on the other end, easy basket.
Keith Cook.
So Keith Cook gets the basket on the other end, and it's a 9-point margin. Falcons don't want to play with dynamite here, and they're going to call offensive foul against Christopher Clay. He went airborne, and the one thing you don't do is drive inside, go airborne, try to dump the pass.
Right, tried to drive and kick, but you got to keep your feet planted.
George Maddox, Greg Maddox, comes out of the game. And into the game now is Deontay Lindsay. Pressure. Ball in the hand now of Cook. It's going to be deflected. Cook ends up with it. Carter Cologne fires a 3, and he knocks it down.
Ada keeping that possession alive. Carter Cologne rewarded at the 3-point line. Christopher Clay gets the same. Lines it up, and that's off the rim.
Chris Clay can't get it to fall. So here comes the Cougars. They've been cutting it down. Elite was as big as 12. And on the other end, Devin McCollister scores. Coach Williams is letting them play through it. Christopher Clay inside, goes 1-on-4 to the basket and draws a foul. That was kind of shocking. I mean, he went 1-on-4 right down Main Street. Team foul number 3. Chris Clay's going to shoot 2. And right now, the Cougars have outscored the Falcons in the second and the third 9-2 so far. 7-0 run, and that finally comes to an end as Chris Clay knocks down the free throw. Nelson comes in. I'm not sure. Oh, he comes in for Zahn.
Possession goes to the Ada Cougars.
So did they call a lane violation there?
Yes, sir, they did.
So lane violation, wave off the free throw. And Donovan Knight goes for it, leaving Devin McAllister. And you don't want to do that as Carson Richardson finishes at the rim with the left hand. It's a three-point game.
Right, Donovan Knight overplaying that ball there, trying to get the steal.
And Carter Colom's going to catch Donovan Knight at the line.
You got to be disciplined defensively. I mean, you overplay that, then we're down a man on the back end, and they're going down for an easy layup.
So this is one of those situations now as Donovan at the free throw line. Team foul number 4, by the way. Falcons going to have to knock down these free throws. Donovan Knight was listening to me. Falcons back up by 4. The three-point margin is the lowest margin it has been since the first quarter. Falcon went to halftime with an 11-point lead. And as Donovan Knight knocks it down, the Cougars have done a great job attacking it. Leads down to 5. Falcons unleash the full court pressure again. Carter Colomb over. And a timeout's going to be called by Kyle Cofield as he was running out of time as Keith Cook was looking for somebody, and the Falcons had done a great job of covering there. So it's a 30-second timeout. It's another A-plus Lawn Services timeout. I want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game. We're at this point right now. Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, the Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson here. Jamin, you know, as we're here in this timeout, the Falcons, Cougars finally got what they wanted. Some stops, some open looks, some transition baskets, and then a three-point shot.
Right, I mean, the second chance points we talked about, have to minimize those, leaves Carter Colomb pretty open for 3, and we've got to find a way to neutralize Keith Cook while he's in the game.
So swinging the ball down, McAllister has it. The Falcons retreat. Carter Colomb now has it over to Cook. And again, the Falcons rotating. Carter Colomb fires another 3, front rims, no good. Lindsey went up high to get the rebound, and he did that.
Right,
Deontay Lindsey did it.
Rebound with Anderson Nelson.
Back to a three-point game. Amari Barrett goes to the basket with the left hand, spin into the goal and knocks it in.
He nearly loses his step there, but crafty move there by Barrett.
And somehow, some way, somebody said I was going left, I went right. Kyle Cofield saying calm down to the Ada Cougars, but they throw that one away. So Clay comes out. Zahn comes in. So Narissa Berry Insurance, who's on the floor? It's Zahn, Amari Barrett, Mark Presley, Donovan Knight, and Adrian Anderson Nelson. Donovan looking for some space. Zahn drives inside, goes high to the basket, and scores at the rim.
Man, what a strong move there by Zion Williams, driving baseline as soon as he gets. I mean, we've seen him do it time and time again.
Carter Colomb drawing the attention of Nelson. Trap down, and nice job by Deontay Lindsey was going to the hole. Amari Barrett knocked it out of his hands. The Falcons are starting to get a little bit of that intensity. You see I guess when you look at the scoreboard, you see 11 points, and sometimes you don't come out with that same fire. But slowly but surely, we're starting to see that thing start to ignite again for the Falcons.
And right, Ada's going to do anything they can to creep up and get on that scoreboard and minimize that lead. Their second chance points, they really are. And you want to limit them many times. You put them on the free throw line there.
Lindsey missed the first one. Airballs the second one. Ouch. Rebound. Barrett. Did he get the rebound and go coast to coast? That looked like it. Amari Barrett now with double digits. He and Zahn both have 10 apiece. And it's a standing 5-second call. Great job by the Falcons defense applying pressure in the backcourt. 9 points. So Gray comes to the game. And coming out of the game right now is Lakavian Richardson. Mark Presley comes in to get the ball on the inbounds play, hands off to Barrett. Barrett, step back three, boom! Ooh, that was nasty.
And Amari Barrett, he's feeling himself there. I mean, no hezzy, step back three money. Lights up the bench.
And the Falcons have pushed the lead back up to 10. And they're going to call Zahn with the arm bar foul. So now, with that foul, the Falcons are in the bonus, or excuse me, the Cougars are in the bonus as the team fouls hit the 5 mark, 47-35. And Devin McAllister knocks down free throw number 1.
Right, and the Falcons got to lock in because defensively, the only life they're giving Ada is from the free throw line.
McAllister knocked it down.
3 minutes left in the quarter.
Zahn over to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight. Pass over to Amari Barrett. Barrett's been on fire here lately. Barrett. Over to Donovan Knight to the corner. Zahn ball fakes. Drives in the lane. Contact. And is going to catch Devin McAllister.
And Zahn does such a great job time and time again, being aggressive, attacking the rim. And when you go downhill, you get chances to go to the charity stripe.
Zahn at the free throw line tonight. Zahn has 10 points on the night. Make that 11. I love making those type of mistakes. Isaiah Wilson comes in for Donovan Knight now.
Isaiah Wilson's playing this game in a pair of Yeezys. I guess he's showing they can work on the basketball court.
I wouldn't trust it. But I'm not hooping. So let's go. Zahn knocks down free throw number 2. Lead back up to 10. Tremaine Gray inside to Karan Richardson. And he scores the basket.
All right, got to get back faster in transition.
Ball in the hands of Amari Barrett now, back over to Zahn. Zahn backs it up. Less than 2.5 to go in the third. Zahn almost loses his footing. Hand off to Amari Barrett, who curls into the lane. Somehow ends up getting it back. Can't get it to fall, and then the same team ends up fighting for the ball. Isaiah Wilson ends up with it.
A lot of movement on that possession. Amari Barrett dished it over to Mark Presley. Mark Presley loses the ball. He gets the ball, puts it back up, misses the lay.
Zahn dices up the defense. He slices, he dices, and he puts 2 on the board.
All right, Zahn gets it right. Tries to get his feet set for the screen. For the charge, excuse me.
So Karan Richardson getting called for the foul there.
Great job taking that charge.
So it's going to be a turnover. Nice job by Zahn. Says, I like it here in Ada. 51-39, ball hand off to Amari Barrett. Barrett trying to find some daylight against Karan Richardson. Barrett goes inside the lane, can't get it to fall that time. And that time, foul's going to be called against Mark Presley. And so Adrian Anderson-Nelson called with the foul, team foul number 6. But that will send Deontay Lindsay to the line shooting 2. As we are beyond the 5 plateau barrier.
Granted, they sent the right Cougar to the line. He missed his past 2 free throws, but you got to pay attention here with 1 minute and 28 seconds left.
Front rim shot no good.
You're going to be mindful at all times on defense. You don't want to give them that easy trip to the free throw line.
Presley out, Donovan Knight back in.
Coach Williams continuing to stagger these lineups here.
And he knocks down 1 of 2 at the line, so it's 49-40. Correction, 51-40. Ball on the other hand, shot by Isaiah Wilson, and he knocks down the 3.
Got a lucky bounce off the back of that rim, popped right in for his
it was just blue magic, baby. Shot no good by McAllister.
Amari Barrett comes down with the rebound, crossing half court. Dishes to Donovan Knight on the right wing.
Donovan Knight for three. He can't get that one to fall.
Richardson crosses court, gets it down to McAllister, gathers himself for the layup. 6-point game here. 45 seconds and counting. Isaiah Wilson crosses half court.
Amari Barrett, 54-52. .30 seconds on the clock. Barrett backs up. Keith Cook won't come out and commit to Amari Barrett, so Barrett's just waiting on him. 16 seconds. 12 seconds. Barrett sets him up nicely, drives down Main Street, draws contact, and will go to the free throw line shooting two.
All right, the Falcons just kind of rocking them to sleep. They're letting time come off. You don't want to step up, we'll let that clock keep ticking. Got another whole quarter to go.
Well, see, the way Cook was playing defense, Barrett knew exactly what he wanted. You know, I hate using Mark Jones's line from NBA TV, but he was out there playing with his food.
You don't like Mark Jones?
No, I said I don't want to take all the credit. That's Mark Jones's line. That's his line. I don't want to get in trouble from, you know, you're using his line. But nonetheless, Barrett gets one more.
Which reminds me, I mean, you got to trademark your line, Mo. I mean, if you get to the free throw line, they're not free unless you make them. It's all about trademark.
You're right. Barrett missed both free throws. So substitution. So Javier Richards comes into the game now. And I'm going to see who comes out. Looks like Adrian Anderson Nelson is the one who comes out. Drying up the moisture on the court right now with 7.1 seconds to go. Ada to inbound it. Got in the hands of Tremaine Gray. 3 seconds, he loses it. And then Zahn fires it as time expires. Three-pointer is no good as time expires, but 54-42. Time for our first Security Bank recap. What did you see that you liked from the Falcons in the third? The Falcons ended up still being outscored by Ada. Lead was 11. Now it's just 10. But nonetheless, 1 point. If I'm Dorian Williams, I like where I'm sitting. What are you feeling?
Right, nonetheless, keep that distance in the score column. He's doing a good job staggering those lineups. Amari Barrett is really getting the cook in there. I mean, he got that step back three. He's driving to get to the lane. I mean, he's doing a great job.
Now, on my scoring tablet, I have 52-42. That means I missed a basket. So I'm guessing that Amari Barrett must have scored one because before the free throws, they went down the lane. I just thought he missed it, so I probably didn't add it on there. So we're going to give Amari Barrett that missing basket right now. So when you start talking about it, as we're into the fourth quarter now, so we're at 54-42 is the score. Reset the clock. Falcons up by 12, so I want to make sure I trademark everything that's right. So you're right. My trademark line, if everybody has forgotten what that is, free throws are only free if you make them. If not, they cost you. Jamin, I'm going to have to make you be the first one to wear that shirt.
Hey, whatever you want to do, Mo, I'm down.
All right, Braylon Bradshaw returns. So it's Donovan Knight, Amari Barrett, Braylon Bradshaw, Zahn Williams out on the floor right now for the Falcons. That's sponsored by Narissa Berry Insurance. So first foul here by Karan Richardson, team foul number 1, 7:45 to go in the game. The Falcons have just basically put together more effort in this game. There is a thing called want to, and the Falcons are definitely doing that. Braylon Bradshaw has the inbounds pass stolen. And on the other end.
Does not like that. That was a very dangerous pass, trying to dump it off quick to Braylon Bradshaw, gets tipped. Let's Ada Cougars go on a run.
So going to work now. Zon Williams drives down, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Zon picks, so team foul number 2 is going to be called. So team foul number 4 against Tremaine Gray. So Zon Williams is going to go to the free throw line shooting 2 after that one. Zon, who's got a 14-piece, make that a 15-piece now. Zon Williams and Amari Barrett both have combined for more than 30 points of this Falcons output tonight. As Zon knocks down the next free throw, Zon has 16 on the night now. 56-44. Ball in the hands now of Cologne, who swings it back over to McCollister. McCollister trapped, unloads, and ball's going to be thrown away, or they're going to call over and back, and it will be Falcon basketball.
Too much pressure there from McCollister. Passes it half court, goes out of bounds. Falcons maintain possession. Retain, excuse me.
Zon across the timeline, 7:04 to go. Hands off to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight hands off to Clay. Doing a weave above the circle. Zon back over to Clay. To Amari Barrett. Barrett. Wheeling and dealing on the inside, jumps it out, and the big man shoots a 3. Braylon Bradshaw can't get it to fall that time. Rebound pulled down by the Cougars. McCollister looking for space to operate, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Amari Barrett. I think that's a vantage point error, because I think if he comes up, he'll see that the arm was being thrown out there by McCollister that time. Tremaine Gray gets it out to Karan Richardson. Richardson back up top to Cologne. McCollister. Amari Barrett knocks it loose. Ball. And Christopher Clay is going to get credit with the steal. And they're going to catch Karan Richardson with the foul there. Team foul number 3. So returning to the game for the Cougars, number 12, Deontay Lindsay. Zon across the timeline now. Swings it back out to Barrett, over to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight with under 6 to go. Zon with the ball on the left wing. Zon going left, resets. Back to Amari Barrett. Barrett with the quick twitch. Gets it over to Zon Williams in the corner. Zon misses the 3. Rebound by the Cougars. Pressure being applied this time by Clay.
A lot of pressure midcourt trying to get that ball out. Knocks himself another foul.
So Wilson's going to come in the game for Clay now. Clay picked up foul number 4. Team foul number 3 for the Falcons. Got to be careful. One way to get Ada back in the game is putting them on the line. Shot from the corner, and that 3-point shot is knocked down by Mylan Riley.
First minutes for him, first shot attempt for the game. It's good.
Gets it down to a 9-point advantage. Zon. Over to Donovan Knight. Up to Braylon Bradshaw. Wilson. Over to Zon. Zon goes in the lane, jump stop, and the ball's going to be blocked by Karan Richardson.
Yeah, paint was clogged. Zon Williams trying to do what he does best.
On the other end, missing the shot.
Deontay Lindsay with the hustle points. Putting that back up for the Cougars.
So back down to a 7-point margin. 4:52 to go. The Falcons trying to pull out a game here in Ada. Amari Barrett backs it up, bringing out Carter Cologne. Barrett behind the back dribble, into the lane he goes, tries to finish strong, draws contact. Team foul number 4. Foul. So it's going to be called on Karan. Karan Richardson picks up his 4th foul. So Amari Barrett to the free throw line. Important free throws coming for Barrett here.
4:26 left. And the Ada Cougars have racked up 14 fouls thus far.
Barrett's free throw is true. Knocks it in, 57-49. Trying to push it up from an 8-point margin to a 9-point margin. Back rim's no good that time. Going to work, Karan Richardson swings it over to Carter Colomb. Across the timeline he goes. Amari Barrett picks him up. Barrett.
Colomb loses his dribble.
Barrett doing a great job. Ball hawking defense being played by the Falcons. Ball in the hands of Tremaine Gray. Gray pulls up with the elbow jump shot, no good. Rebound. Lindsey gets the rebound and puts it in. Deontay Lindsey scores it back to a 6-point margin, 3:57 to go.
Back-to-back putbacks there for Deontay Lindsey.
Zahn drives inside, kicks it back over to Isaiah Wilson. Wilson almost loses it, regains control. Timeout called on the floor by Dorian Williams, and I think it's a wise timeout here. The Cougars are starting to heat up a little bit. How are they getting it done now?
They're gonna,
I would have to say, if you're talking about how they're getting it done, basically in this particular point, the Falcons are missing the shots, and all they're doing on the other end is executing. You know, it's one of those things where the Falcons have to step off the gas a little bit to open the door for the Cougars, and then the Cougars are taking advantage of it when they do.
Right, and we talk about fouls more and more again. It's playing in their favor right now, but you don't want to rack those up quickly as we've still got plenty of time left, only a 6-point game.
Now, in the second half of the game, to insinuate what we're, not insinuate, I want to say, validate what we're talking about the shooting. The Ada Cougars are shooting 11 of 16 in the second half, 69%. 2 of 3 from 3, 67%. 9 of 13 from 2s, 69%. So you're talking about a team that's almost shooting 70% in the second half. So if Millwood misses, they're there to pick up the change and score the ball.
Right, Deontay Lindsey doing a great job cleaning up the glass. He's got a couple of second chance points, past couple possessions. Milan Riley coming in with the spark of the 3.
Yeah, Milan Riley's 3-point shot, but Karan Richardson and Deontay Lindsey have really been the catalyst for getting this team consistently back in this game. So now Zahn Williams off the screen. Substitution is Braylon Bradshaw on the floor with Anderson Nelson, who spins on the inside and a beautiful shot.
It's a nice job navigating the traffic. Spins off that defender, puts it up quickly.
Falcons back up by 8.
And Anderson Nelson's playing on-ball defense.
Against Carter Colomb. Carter kicks it out to Tremaine Gray. Gray looking for space, backs it out. Good shuffling by the Falcon defense. Amari Barrett over. Back up top to Tremaine Gray at 3 minutes to play. Karan Richardson into the lane he goes. Draws contact on Braylon Bradshaw. So that's team foul number 3. Bradshaw's 4th foul. So Karan Richardson knocks down free throw number 1. So Mylan Riley comes out and Devin McCollister returns. Karan Richardson's free throw is no good. That time rebound by Nelson. Zahn kicks it up to Donovan Knight. Donovan Knight over to Nelson. Nelson gets inside, and that shot's going to be blocked by Tremaine Gray.
Karan Richardson keeps it in play.
And on the other end, they're going to call a foul on Zahn Williams underneath the goal.
And that's Devin McCollister. He plays fast and downhill just like Zahn Williams. And plays in his favor there as he gets to the free throw line.
Now, 7-point game, 2:41 to go. Both teams with 4 fouls. McCollister knocks down free throw number 1. 6-point margin. Can make it a 5-pointer with this. And he does.
And as you mentioned, 14 fouls, just had 2 a couple minutes ago. Got to play discipline on defense.
Zon Williams inside the lane, gets all the way inside, can't get it to fall. Adrian Anderson Nelson doing a good job of getting the rebound. And the putback attempt.
2 strong possessions there by Anderson Nelson. Last one, he comes down there, gets in the paint, calls his own number, and there he goes. Getting rewarded.
So Karan Richardson, who is just fouled out of the game, and that's going to hurt them big time. Karan Richardson with 5 fouls.
Right, and he's been getting to the free throw line pretty easily. He's a strong player, and he plays downhill just alike.
Cleaning up moisture off the floor before Adrian Anderson Nelson gets to the free throw line. Nelson tonight, 7 points on 75% shooting, or near 70% shooting. But he's been awesome from the free throw line. Braylon Bradshaw comes out, and Isaiah Williams comes in. Second free throw is true for Nelson, as he's near the verge of double-double himself tonight. Well, not near double-double, I mean double-digit scoring. He's got 9 points, 2 rebounds overall. But Nelson has a presence about him. He has a way of getting into the spot, getting in the way of the Ada Cougars on the offensive end, and finds himself in a really good position for the majority of this game.
I mean, great efficiency. As we mentioned, we maintain that through the game, and one of those players is Adrian Anderson Nelson. He's not taking outlandish jump shots or anything that's not in the form of this game. He's doing a great job staying in his frame.
All right, time to let you know who sponsored tonight's game. Sunbeam Family Services, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A+ Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe, Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. So as we get ready to start this with 2:33 to go, intensity, and I say no turnovers right now. Put the pressure all on the Cougars.
No turnovers, don't give them any fouls.
So now going to work, bounce pass over. Tremaine Gray back over to Devin McAllister. Carter Colon, one of the 3, working the ball around. The Falcons are rotating this zone defense. McAllister drives in the lane, finishes with the runner.
Penetrates that zone pretty easy there. He's been penetrating it all night.
61-56, timeout. It's a full timeout called on the floor. 2:08 to go, and it's back down to a 5-point margin. And again, break down the defense, get to the basket, get to the free throw line. Now the Falcons still have, on the next foul, the Falcons will put them at the free throw line. But you got to find a way on the other end now to eat some clock and then get to the free throw line.
Right, I mean, the Falcons have had some success defensively, maybe switch back to the 3-2. They haven't ran it too much, but it paid off pretty well in the couple possessions that Coach Williams did elect to deploy.
Now, with that being said, with this much time left, the one thing you don't want is them stacking free throws with the clock stop. And I think it's going to be important right now that we don't do that. We got to play defense with our feet, force them to make shots, and you got to make them work for it. So that intensity that you had early in the game, you got to bring that fury back, and they got to get after it.
Right, got to get after it, but not too much. We've had some fouls, overplaying some of those passing lanes, but more importantly, you don't want to foul, but you don't want to put yourself out of position to give Ada an easy bucket and get some energy here.
All right, 61-56. Zon Williams set to inbound the ball. Chris Clay is back in the game now. And on the other end, Zon Williams has the ball knocked out of his hands, but no foul call. So Clay's going to inbound it. Okay, we're back to live. So the Falcons got to get the ball out. Zon Williams gets it. 2 minutes to go. Zon is going to call. They're going to get a foul called here. So it's on on Devin McAllister. McAllister getting called with the foul. So that's going to get Zon to the free throw line shooting 2. And the Falcons have a chance to extend the lead with 1:55 to go. Zon knocks it down. Zon now with 17 points. Misses the second one.
Falcons up 6.
1:47 to go. Colomb swings it out. McAllister now has it. McAllister in the lane, goes with the runner again. Shot no good. Rebound Lindsey. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. I was going to say Are they calling the foul? They're calling the foul on Christopher Clay. They're calling the foul on Chris Clay, so he's going to foul out of the game now. So Isaiah Wilson's in the game now. So Isaiah Wilson's now in the game for Clay. So Deontay Lindsey at the free throw line knocks down free throw number 1. And we've got a 5-point margin, Jamin.
Right, Lindsey on the line. He's missed quite a few free throws, but he knocks his first one down there. Yeah, I jinxed him the right way.
Back rims, the second one, no good. Rebound pulled down that time.
Zon weaving through traffic, dishes it out to Nelson. Back to Zon.
So Zon Williams with 1:25 to go, 5-point margin. Zon hands it off to Amari Barrett. Barrett. And then Mylan Riley's going to foul. So Amari Barrett to the free throw line shooting 2. Falcons up 5. It's already a 2 possession. You knock this down, and you turn it into a 3 possession.
This is what you need, and this is what I mentioned by free throws are vital in this position of the game now. We have a little over a minute left, got a 6-point game, and you need it. To space out the game, more possessions gives you a more comfortable lead.
Barrett. Nice form, knocks down the shot. Barrett now at 18. So substitutions. Isaiah Wilson is out. Mark Presley is in.
Great job playing that passing lane. Amari Barrett tips that out.
So it will be Cougar ball. Carter Colomb. Gonna get the ball inside. Tough shot off the glass, goes down for Keith Cook.
And that's Keith Cook. He's been pretty silent these past few minutes, but he's getting it done here in this last. Zon Williams almost loses the ball.
So they're gonna catch Devon McAllister this time with the foul. Third foul, but Zon Williams goes back to the free throw line. I think he and Amari Barrett are taking turns at the free throw line to see who's going to have the most points tonight.
I mean, they might as well. They're fighting for player of the game at this point, right, Mo?
I think that's an excellent point. So when it's all said and done, they're giving an opportunity for Zon to tie his shoes real quick. Zon at the free throw line, trying to help extend this Falcon lead. Back rims that first one. Zon gets one more. Back rims and misses both. Cougars trying to get back in the game. Tremaine Gray fires it over. Carter Colon somehow came out with the pass. Riley knocks down a three.
And Carter Colon making the cut there, finds Mylan Riley wide open to knock down that second three-point attempt by Riley. He hasn't played much, but he's impacted this fourth quarter.
Now, it's kind of funny. Zon Williams overall tonight is 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 70%. Prior to that, he'd only missed 1. So you said, those in-a-game free throws. Now this game at 64-62 that the Falcons have been in complete control feels like the game at the John Noble tournament.
I mean, Rodney, you give them life all over again, and here we are in this same predicament. Last minute of the game, Ada continuing to strike and make plays. Easy look there on the three-point line. I mean, making it very tough for yourselves, for the Falcons.
64-62.
As you'd love to see those free throws go.
Now, at this point, if you're Kyle Caulfield for Ada, are you comfortable with fouling the Falcons now? Because you saw them miss, and that opened the door.
I mean, I think they will. I mean, just like we mentioned in their previous matchup, those things pay off when you get a look at a team, especially in a tournament. I mean, now you kind of know what style they play. You know who you can afford to foul and not to foul.
64-62. 38.8 seconds to go. This building tonight really hasn't had life consistently tonight. A lot of energy. Right now, this is the loudest it has been all night long. Zahn gets the ball into Isaiah Wilson, who's in the game. Back to Zahn. Ahead to Donovan Knight, who has to run it down. Chases it down, and Carter Colum knocks it out. So Isaiah Wilson. So Millwood's calling a full timeout here. So it's a 30-second timeout. But again, Falcons have the ball. Okay, you got to get the ball in safely first. Once you do that, be expecting for them to try and knock the ball loose immediately. Protect the ball, and then make them foul you, because that's what's going to be their next move.
Right, they're looking to immediately foul. I'm no coach, but I have Zon Williams, one of the biggest leaders of this team, on the inbound pass, try to get it to Amari Barrett. He's done well at the free throw line. Yeah, now, funny that you would ask that or make that statement. Amari Barrett on the free throw line is actually 50%, 3 of 6. So, but this is clutch free throws, right? Right.
These are free throws that champions are made. So if Barrett wants to knock these down, he's got the ability to do it.
He does indeed.
Isaiah Wilson to get the ball inbounded. And bounce pass in. And they're going to say the ball's on the end line. They're going to say he turned the ball over. Zahn seems perplexed, but the Falcons have got to get in the right mindset. So out of the game comes now Keith Cook. And Tremaine Gray comes in the game now. 30 seconds to go. Falcons up by 2. Colomb has it. Nelson covering him. Falcons trying to hold on here in the land of the Cougars. McCollister gets the turn to the basket. Goes with the runner, can't get it to fall. Rebound, Amari Barrett.
Donovan Knight on the run
Donovan
again.
Knight on the other end, scores the basket.
This time he gets to the basket. Great job, Donovan Knight.
Cologne, 4 seconds on the ball. McCollister lines up a 3. His time expires, and he drains it.
But it's too late.
But is that the game? So he knocks it down, but are they saying there's a timeout on the game is over? So Millwood wins the game 66-65. McCollister with a shot as the buzzer beater as time expires. Going to try and get Amari Barrett to come to the scorer's table right now. We're going to get him to come to the scorer's table real quick and talk to Amari Barrett. Barrett with 18 points tonight. He played some clutch ball tonight. So we're going to let him get a chance to put the headset on. And Amari, hey, man, heck of a game.
Thank you.
What about the game this Cougar team plays, man? You guys were coasting along there. What happened there in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter here?
Really, we just didn't really execute on defense, doing our job. We could have did a better job on that. Really rebounds and getting defensive stops. That's really our main priority, and we didn't do that down the stretch.
Now, I know we asked you on Tuesday, so I have to say this because we talked about you with the braided hair.
Yeah.
So how did it feel to let it hang out in Ada?
Really, I had 2 pretty good games, solid games with my hair. So, I just got to keep it going, you know what I'm saying?
All right, 18 points for you tonight. Your team really wasn't pressured a lot along the way against this Cougar team. What do you guys have to do better now? I mean, you guys are putting together a winning streak now. Your identity is sound. You got back to playing sound defense for a majority of the game. What is this team's next step?
Really just executing down the stretch. We did a really good job the first half, but we just got to execute down the stretch. That's really our main priority.
Now, you guys, between you and Zahn, you guys got this great two-man game going now where you guys are being able to execute. And you guys are also finding a way to get other teammates involved. Talk to me a little bit about what's happening on the offensive side of the ball for this team.
Really just try to get to the cup as much as possible when we got shooters on the outside to hit shots. And then me and Zahn are really good at getting down here and doing our job, so we just try to do that.
Now, you guys are getting a lot of touches now to your bigs. I'm seeing great play from the freshman, Bradshaw. He's getting in there. We're getting a lot more action seeing Presley and those guys. Are you guys trying to make it a point to try to get them involved in the offense a little bit more?
Yes, sir. When we do better when everybody scores, It's not just a one-man sport. It's not just me and Zahn on this team. It's really everybody. Everybody does their part, It's really we have everybody, that just does their part.
Describe to me that last possession down there. So you got Devin McAllister. He's going downhill. You're really on the outside covering. You fought your way. Describe to me how you saw your path to the rim to get that rebound.
Oh, that's just kind of his shot, I just tried to stop him contest his shot a little bit. And then I know we really needed the offensive rebound. And then I came up with, that's a defensive rebound. I came up with that, and then I saw my teammate DK up, so I just passed it to him.
Congratulations on the win. We'll get you back in the city. Thank you so much. Our player of the game, Mr. Amari Barrett. Twice this week, man. It's been a Barrett sweep this week.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you on Tuesday against. I appreciate it. Your final thoughts tonight. Go ahead. Jamin Dawson, your thoughts about what you saw tonight from this team.
Another tough game and a higher scoring game than the last meeting between these two, but nonetheless excitement, and it came down to the very end. Ebbs and flows of the game. Yes, some of the teams had self-inflicted wounds, didn't really make our free throws there late defensively. Piggyback what Amari said, just didn't really lock in, but you found a way to win, and this is what you want to see at the end of this season, especially the predicament that this Falcons team is in, having to play. I'm
going to have to pull Zahn Williams and get into his ear a little bit. How are you going to have you're going to put up 17 points but miss the key free throws down the stretch? I'm going to have to talk to him about that. 17 points for him, but Amari Barrett finished with 18 points on the night. Donovan Knight had 9. Chris Clay with 8, who fouled out in the games. Isaiah Wilson with 3. Mark Presley with 2. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up from here because I hear there's rain among us around here. And we want to thank you for tuning in tonight to PPBC TV. We want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game: Sunbeam Family Services, Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe, Cosmetology School, Wings Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. He's Jamin Dawson. I'm Maurice Prince. Want to thank our on-site producer, Mr. C. Neil Congo in the building, and our cameraman, Mr. Tazon English, holding it down for us. You've been listening to Millwood Falcon Basketball, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. We'll see you back in the city as the Falcons will be in action against OCS this coming Tuesday night, back at the Wood for senior night. Have a great night, Oklahoma.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern. Injuries don't wait. For business